What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Alright, whatever. We'll just watch CBS. Wait. What is this? What are you talking about? Can I trust this? What is WRAL? Okay. It says why, so.
Tonight, Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is in New York in federal custody hours after a surprise early morning U.S. military raid on his compound in Caracas.
Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States
Your fault?
Armed Forces conducted an extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela.
Okay.
The Pentagon
Why?
says President Trump gave the order to arrest Maduro just before
Why?
11 Friday night. Troops from 20 military bases and 150 U.S. aircraft took part in the mission, which saw an elite strike force arrive at Maduro's compound around 1 this morning.
This mission was meticulously planned, drawing lessons from decades of missions over the last...
Okay. Hold the phone. So, how much oil? There we go. There is this. What is that? Oh, I'm going crazy. The what? Venezuela holds the world's largest proven oil reserves. I did not know this. I don't know a lot of things. Estimated over. What? How come we were barely capturing Venezuela? We should have done that a while ago. What were we doing in Iraq? It was right next door. We didn't have to go all the way over there. Okay. Extra heavy, making a difference. Okay. Is that why? Wait a minute. Okay. Venezuela oil versus Iraq oil. There we go. What's the difference? We're asking the real important questions, okay? Okay, largest proven reserves globally. Okay, primarily heavy, extra heavy crude with high sulfur. What does that mean? High sulfur and mineral content. Okay. Challenges, it needs expensive, specialized refining. Okay. Iraq's oil. Also massive, though less than Venezuela's. Generally lighter, clean. Oh, that's why we went for Iraq's first. Key comparison points. Refining Iraqi oil is easier and cheaper to refine. Okay, so that answers that question. I was wondering, wait a minute. We're right there. We're like... Okay, so that's why. It makes sense. Need to... Okay. What? Okay, this is okay because it's still part of my intro. I know this is very mediocre stuff. Where art thou? Ooh, okay. Okay. Cool. Okay, right. So now we know why it went in that order. Cool.
many years.
The president says with Maduro deposed, the U.S. will run Venezuela indefinitely.
We're going to run the country until such time.
Oh, we're actually going to... This mic picks up everything. You need to be careful. Okay, so okay, so now we got that out the way. Okay, hold on. That's kind of crazy. How do we know? How do we know it was that much harder to get it from Venezuela. How? Okay. All right. Whatever. I guess. Cool.
as we can do a safe,
We're running Venezuela now.
proper, and judicial.
Is that an upgrade from Maduro? Okay, I guess I'm gonna have a history lesson. Was Maduro? Fuck. Okay, a dictator. I don't know anything about Venezuela and the whole thing, so we're gonna learn together. Nicolas Maduro is widely considered a dictator by the U.S. By the U.S., what does that mean? Like, other countries don't see him as a dictator? Is that what that means? Okay, and a significant portion of the international community, as well as by his political opposition in Venezuela. His government has been accused of dismantling democratic institutions. Okay, so he doesn't seem like a good guy. I thought we didn't care about democracy. Alright, okay. Bad guy. We captured a bad guy.
His transition.
Venezuela has the world's largest oil reserves.
Okay, so we're not hiding why we did it. Okay, so it's obvious that we did it for the oil. Everybody knows. We've come to a point in today's day and age where we're switching back and forth between we either lie about everything or we are just straight up about everything. I can't seem to grasp the in between.
We're gonna.
I think it's a lot better if the government, for example, like with ICE and everything going on, if the government was like, we're going after all of them, then I'd be like, okay, well, that's kind of cruel, but I'd be like, okay, well, they said it outright. Okay, it's crazy. That's very sad. But no, they said just the criminals. But a lot of the people that are... okay, maybe... I'm not even sure if a lot, but there seems to be a good number of people that either have papers or they're here legally or they're straight up citizens that are also getting, kind of kidnapped. I don't even know this thing speaking. Yeah, it should be. Okay. So, it's like we're jumping back and forth between transparency and just straight up authoritarianism. No,
be taking out a tremendous amount of wealth out of the ground, and
one thing I do admire about Trump is he really doesn't seem to care. He's like the ultimate rage baiter because he's not even trying.
that wealth is going to the people of Venezuela and people from
Well, you see what I'm saying? The back and forth.
outside of Venezuela that used to be in Venezuela, and it goes also to the United States of America.
Fun fact about Trump. So, in 2007, I think, when everything was going on with Iraq. Wait. 2007. I think it was in 2007. 2004? Whatever. The U.S. actually commissioned or hired a private military group to send to Iraq to clear way for some of our troops. And anyways, this military group was called Blackwater. No, Black Ridge, something like that. Let's actually look it up. Okay. What is it? Okay, Iraq, 2007. I'm pretty sure private military group. I typed really slow, by the way. I did not pay attention in computer class in high school. Iraq military group opens fire in square. What was that thing called? Okay, it's Soar Square. That's okay. So fun fact, not fun like at all. This is actually Blackwater. This is actually very sad and like depressing and so evil. So there was these guys that opened fire that part of the Blackwater Security Consulting. That's what they were called? Anyways, they were supposed to like clear way for some of our troops or something like that, and in Nisar Square, and they just opened fire on the civilians. And side note, we invaded Iraq for the oil. There was no weapons of mass destruction. Anyways, so and these guys that opened fire on innocent civilians, they were tried. They were in prison. One of them got life. The others got like 20 or 30 years or something like that. And then in 2011, their sentences got, they got lowered to like, something less. Except for that one guy that had life in prison. He stayed with the same sentence. But in 2020, right before Trump was on his way out, he pardoned, I think it was a total of 4 guys that did the massacre. He pardoned them. Just opened fire on completely innocent bystanders. And yeah, fact. Sad, terrible fact of the day. Trump pardoned literal murderers in 2020 when he was on his way out. Anyways, where were we? What was I doing? Okay.
America in the form of reimbursement for the damages caused us by that country.
Venezuelans around the world taking to
So, damages caused by the country or by Maduro? Why are we not, kind of focusing on what the dictatorship part of the country did instead of the country as a whole? Makes you wonder. Maybe not. Let's fix these.
the streets to celebrate the end of Maduro's reign.
Everybody's just happy because everybody has been waiting for democracy and change in Venezuela.
But on Capitol Hill, congressional...
How long has Maduro... Okay. How long was Maduro in power? Nicolas Maduro was in power as Venezuela's president for nearly 13 years. That's insane. Heed my words, bro. I feel like we're not getting rid of the Trump family anytime soon. Now, don't get me wrong. Democrats are just as corrupt. They just know how to hide it better, okay? But it'd be great if we stopped just this term and got somebody else involved. Not Gavin Newsom. Somebody new. I still can't believe we let Bernie just slip through our fingers. Whatever. Okay. From April to June to direct removal of the U.S. forces. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Nicolas, this is a crazy text that I'm reading. Nicolas Maduro was in power as Venezuela's president for nearly 13 years, from April 2013, when he succeeded Hugo Chavez, until his de facto removal by U.S. forces in January 2026. Dude, it was supposed to be a good year. We were starting off fresh. It was going to be like the year of... What were the kids saying? It was going to be like, like a year that's... It's fleek. Like a I don't know, there's like a theme every time we go into a new year, especially since TikTok started ruling the world. And no, we started off with this is insane. His de facto removal by US forces. I thought it was America first. I thought we weren't gonna get involved in other countries. I see a lot of MAGA, or maybe they're just bots, but they're like, yeah, the libs are mad because our president liberated a country controlled by dictator. First of all, you don't care. You want a dictatorship here. What are you talking about? A lot of them do. Ain't that crazy? What do I have? I got my rattler. Hey, I'm gonna give you advice, some friendly advice if you're playing this game. So, if you're starting off, this is my third week barely, okay, and I think I've got it down. Also, before anything, this matchmaking that takes place in this game, it is based on how aggressive you are during the game towards other players. Okay, so just have that in mind. So yes, if they shoot and you shoot back, the matchmake is gonna do its thing and pair you up with other players that are also aggressive because it thinks you're aggressive because you shot at a raider. Even if I heard this from a guy that supposedly saw it somewhere where a dev said or typed or you know is this, am I good? I just need that supposedly maybe like a dev or something like that. He said that that's how matchmaking works in Arc Raiders. Oh Jesus Christ! I got nothing. Okay. My goodness, everything's so expensive. It's like real life. Did I actually get what I needed? Okay. Do I have? Okay, anyways.
Democrats and some Republicans are demanding answers from the Trump administration about why they were kept in the dark. Many calling the military mission illegal.
Now they're saying they were going to occupy
There's a lot of people in Venezuela also, celebrating the fact that, oh, Maduro's out of power, which, yes, that part is awesome. The people got liberated from a dictator, but what's next? Who's next, actually? Okay, so that's also a question I had. Who will be... Okay, there we go. Because I think I read somewhere that we already know who we want there. Delcy. There we go. It was a woman. Okay. So, Delcy. Oh, so she's acting president. I know nothing. I don't know anything about anything. Very peculiar. A woman. A woman. We wanted a woman to be acting president. Or did we have any power over who got to be acting president? How was she picked? Oh man, I knew nothing about this, just that we took Venezuela. Delcy Rodriguez was chosen as Venezuela's interim president by constitutional succession after President Nicolas Maduro was captured by U.S. forces in January 2026, with the Supreme Court directing the vice president... Oh, she was vice president. You see, I know nothing about this. To assume the role, a move solidified by her being sworn in by the National Assembly, led by brother. Okay, her election reflects her deep loyalty, significant power as Maduro's closest ally. Okay, hold on. An extensive experience in key government roles, making her the designated... Wait, okay, hold on. So they just got another Maduro? Because she's acting president right now. So, why only go for Maduro? Sorry to this lady. I don't know if maybe she's a good lady. Why didn't they capture both of them? Maybe that's a dumb question, probably. So they just got stuck with another... No, well, she's going to be scared. She's going to be like, alright, I better chill. I don't want to be like Maduro, because then I'm going to get captured by the U.S., the greatest military power in the world. By the way, I love the U.S. I do differentiate... Differentiate... Differentiate? Differentiate. I do differentiate between America and the U.S. The U.S., greatest country in the world. I love this country. This country has given me everything. I have a pet peeve. Whenever people fly their flags from other countries, it's like, hey, First Amendment, right? But, like, come on. Why don't you fly the U.S.'s flag right next to it? Or just fly the U.S. flag. This is the country that's feeding you. That's just a personal little pet peeve of mine. just hear it one more time.
Differentiate. Differentiate.
Differentiate. I've never known how to say that word.
Differentiate.
Differentiate? Okay. What was I doing? Oh, right. Okay, so they're stuck with another mini Maduro. Cool.
Foreign country.
But they're also not being... Okay.
We're going to run it from the United States, and that we're...
Who's running it? Are we running it? Or is the Lady Delcy running it? What? Okay, so... Is Delcy... We're being straight up in this channel, okay? Is Delcy Rod running Venezuela? Or... Oh, I was about to say are we. Is the U.S. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Horrible posture right now. Okay. There we go. Okay, cool. Current. Okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. Much better. Currently, Delcy Rodriguez is Venezuela's interim president, taking over the U.S. after the U.S. captured Nicolas Maduro, but President Trump claims that the U.S. will essentially run the country until conditions align with American interests. We are taking over a whole country. Ain't that crazy? Creating a power struggle where Rodriguez leads the government, but faces intense U.S. pressure. Okay, so yeah, I was right. So she's going to be, acting right. Or else... Okay, alright.
We're going to steal their oil.
Who is this guy?
In what world did this administration get...
This guy does not like what we're doing. Okay. Beta! No, I'm just kidding. If you ever see a guy in public using the word beta or alpha unironically, shame them.
Any of that permission ever for them to do that.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio said briefing Congress before...
He looks like that one actor. Oh, what was that show called? Mexican show about school students. It's an old show. The students were played by old actors. I'm pretty sure it's gonna know what I'm talking about. This one! I just spat all over my... This is the guy. What's his name? Okay. There we go. This guy. Jorge Ortiz de Pinedo. Oh my goodness, he's so old. Oh, but like a younger version, I guess. Okay.
the attack would have jeopardized the mission to get Maduro. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Missiles lighting up the sky in Venezuela overnight Saturday as the U.S. launched strikes into the country's capital city of Caracas in a stunning attack.
It was clear that something was happening, and it was big because of the detonations that we heard.
Mary Mena, a CNN producer located in Caracas, says the attack led to confusion and fear.
Early today,
President Donald Trump announcing the attack on Truth Social and said President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were captured. Then later sharing this photo of Maduro.
So they captured the wife, but they couldn't capture Delcy? This is all planned, guys. We just want the oil. Are we? Does that mean we're running out? That we gotta be stealing it from everybody? Because, well, we couldn't just ask them nicely and be like, hey, can we buy some of your oil? This is how broke the U.S. is. No, this is how broke America is. The U.S.? Flawless.
In U.S. custody.
This was one of the most stunning, effective, and powerful displays of American military might.
Maduro and his wife, Celia Flores, face multiple drug and weapons charges, including narco-terrorism conspiracy and conspiracy to possess machine guns and destructive devices against the United States. Venezuelans in South Florida celebrating the news of Maduro's capture. This incident follows weeks of rising tension between the U.S. and Venezuela. For months, the Trump administration has been targeting alleged drug boats coming from Venezuela and what it has called its crackdown on global drug trafficking. Maduro has denied involvement. While Maduro was seen by many as an authoritarian leader who violated human rights, the action to capture him and his wife has raised serious concerns about the U.S. violating international law.
The strikes overall and the activity in the sovereign territory of another country will certainly raise criticism from some parts of Congress, within our own government, and certainly from the international community.
Venezuela leaders say they have requested an urgent meeting with the United Nations Security Council in response to the attack. I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
It's pretty crazy.
Well, first of all, as I was listening to President Donald Trump, what he was saying about 150 airplanes participating, helicopters, it was remarkable how that appears to be what really happened, because if I remember what happened during the early hours of the day, it was something like that, like multiple I heard.
This is Venezuela? Why are they acting like they... Okay, I'm not gonna... I wasn't there, so...
Multiple planes and helicopters and a rumbling loud sound.
Attack on Titan reference.
In Caracas for about 45
that's
minutes.
How it feels, because, you know, obviously there's, you know, more war zones happening around the world. But, you know, we don't really get to, at least I don't, get to hear exactly what it feels like to be in the moment of everything going on. And if the rumbling, shit. I watched Attack on Titan and it seems scary as shit. But in real life, it's like the rumbling.
The reaction, there's no immediate reaction from Venezuelan government officials. We heard from them early in the morning. We haven't seen them because they have appeared on national television over the phone, but not in presence. The state channel keeps sending a message of tranquility, of peace, showing images of the country in peace, and also saying that some government supporters are gathering in areas where Nicolás Maduro is receiving support, like the west of the city around the presidential palace in Caracas. So far, most people have decided to remain at home or to buy some food in those places that are still open, like pharmacies or supermarket. But the majority of Venezuelans are following the news through international channels like CNN. The flow of information usually keeps running easily and more freely through international TV stations in Venezuela. And we need to remember there are more than 8 million Venezuelans abroad living in outside of the country that have migrated, and they have many family members calling them and telling them what they are seeing through international channels.
Oh, sorry. Oh, this guy just said hi to me. Is this thing not on? Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, hold on. Let me help this guy real quick. Oh, come on. Okay, there we go. Hey, how's it going, brother? I try to hit that snitch for you, but I completely missed. Oh, hey, what's up? Sorry, I thought it was the guy that was getting chased by the snitch. Anyways, okay, so I want to know what this guy's. What did I save it?
On September 2nd, in the Caribbean Sea, a U.S. military drone found what it was looking for, a 12-meter-long wooden boat. They're commonly used here.
For it? So what was this whole thing about it being like a random attack on a fishing boat? I thought we didn't even know what it was specifically. We just shot at it. That's crazy.
By fishermen and also drug traffickers. Typically, the U.S. would stop and search the boat to find out which, but this
Also,
time...
why did the left have such a problem with this specific? You know who I saw talking about it? Like a monkey? That guy, iDubbbz. Jesus Christ, that guy is like amnesia level IQ. Anyways. Oh, why did people have a problem with this? Like, it wasn't it like a drug boat? Like, did you have a problem with it? No, right? Like, we shot down a drug boat with drugs, with people trafficking, bad people trafficking drugs. Like, what was the problem? I don't get it. Don't move, don't move. There we go.
The U.S. just blew it up. 2 weeks later, the U.S. blew up another boat, then another, and another, and another. Donald Trump claimed that dozens of people killed by these strikes worked for drug cartels, and that this was just the start of...
Am I just gonna blindly believe the President of the United States? No, but obviously there's a lot of drug trafficking going on around the world, especially, well, maybe not especially, I'm not even sure about that, but it's going on here a lot.
His new strategy to stop them.
Is this gonna stop them? No.
To every terrorist thug smuggling poisonous drugs into the United States of America, please be warned that we will blow you out of existence. We have no choice.
But most of Trump's strikes were in the...
That would be such a good thing if his intentions and the intentions of the U.S. government were actually honest. Oh, look at this. Is he looking at me? Is the Baron looking at me? I think he's... Let's just back up. Let's just back the fuck up slowly. Okay.
Wrong place. Most drugs are produced in Colombia, Peru, Bolivia, and Mexico, then trafficked overland or through the Pacific.
Okay.
Then in October, we found out the real target.
Trump is ramping up his military campaign in the Caribbean and
made it clear he wants Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro removed.
Hold on. What did Venezuela have to do with that?
Moved from power.
Trump ordered the Navy's largest and most advanced aircraft carrier to the region.
Authorized the CIA to operate inside Venezuela.
And warned Venezuela.
That's what I wanted to do. Okay, hold on. Give me one. Okay. That's me. Digital audio. Default speakers. Default microphone. There we go.
Venezuela and its cartels that's striking land is next.
How did Trump turn a war on drug cartels into a potential war with Venezuela?
This is not stretching the envelope. This is tearing the envelope apart.
Where could he take that war next?
It seems like a recipe for a war that could...
I know, obviously this is important. But if you're watching and you're playing Arc Raiders, just do as I do, okay? And you'll be able to get the loot from the matriarch, no problem. All you gotta do is wait for somebody to shoot at it first, okay? And then you go in. Oh shit, okay, hold on. Well, this is what I've been doing, and I have like 20 plus matriarch reactors. Okay. I just gotta wait for somebody to distract it. Okay. And then, okay, chasing someone. Okay, we can shoot right there. Oh, shit. I am a terrible shot. Okay. Shit. Okay. Check it out. So, okay, it's looking at me now. Never mind. Oh, shit. Okay, let's just back the freak up. We're gonna try this again. This has worked for me, no problem, by the way. Oh my goodness. This is a good method, I promise. Okay, well, there's that. Okay, this is not going how it's supposed to be going, because usually I'm very good at this, but I'm under pressure, so I'm very nervous. Okay, let me just get this. Okay, here you go. Need to lock in.
Go on forever.
Okay, we're gonna lock into one of the links. Okay.
Trump's right about one thing. The cartels are stronger than ever. The first modern drug cartel was formed in the 1970s by a Colombian named Pablo Escobar. He smuggled cocaine through the Caribbean and made millions of dollars. Then he united several gangs into one organization and made billions. By the 1980s, the Medellin cartel was making 80% of the cocaine trafficked into the U.S., and its private army wreaked havoc across Colombia.
This is the most violent of cities. There's a killing here every 3 hours, some committed by these motorcycle gangs who work on retainers for the cartel.
The Medellin cartel was too powerful for the Colombian government to take on alone, so the U.S. helped by sending its law enforcement agencies and its military.
America's public enemy number one in the United States is drug abuse.
Richard Nixon was the first president to declare a war on drugs, but Ronald Reagan supercharged the military's role in it. He sent so-called military advisors and weapons to Colombia and ordered the Navy to shut down trafficking routes. But the war on drugs wasn't an actual war, and the Medellin cartel wasn't an invading force that the military could shoot without warning. It was a group of criminals. So while the military could help find cartel members, law enforcement arrested and prosecuted them. That's how the U.S. helped dismantle the Medellin cartel, and eventually find Escobar, who died in a shootout. But the war on drugs continued, and presidents kept involving the military in it. George H.W. Bush invaded Panama, partly by citing Panama's leaders' indictment for drug trafficking. Bill Clinton deepened the military partnership with Colombia, and under George W. Bush, the military shared intelligence with Mexico. This strategy didn't win the war on drugs, but it made a difference.
Had the U.S. never focused on this issue, you could only imagine these groups could be even more powerful, right?
Will Freeman is an expert on organized crime in Latin America.
But has this stopped drug flows or radically decreased them into the United States? No, it has not.
Overdose deaths from cocaine and heroin increased over the last 25 years, and deaths from fentanyl skyrocketed to almost 80,000 in 2023. This demand kept the cartels in business. After the Medellin cartel, the Cali cartel took over. Then Colombians started trafficking through Mexican criminal groups who evolved into even deadlier cartels. When the US and Mexico cracked down on them, they just fractured into more cartels. Today, these cartels are partnering with criminal groups in Europe and Asia to traffic drugs around the world and make tens of billions of dollars a year. More than enough money to corrupt officials, innovate new ways to evade detection, and diversify into other crimes like human trafficking and wildlife poaching.
These are really formidable organizations, and as long as there's that demand and as long as there's robust supply, then fundamentally I think you're going to be talking about putting a lid on a situation, but not eliminating it altogether.
But Donald Trump came into office with a new plan to fight the cartels. It didn't involve curbing demand or law enforcement.
The cartels are waging war on America, and it's time for America to wage war on the cartels.
This story is moving super fast. Trump is striking boats in the Caribbean and in the Pacific.
The matriarch, is it a cell or a reactor or whatever? And the other purple thingy. And we got it. Did I? Okay, let's just get out of here. Okay.
And he recently authorized the CIA to work inside Venezuela. Now, what interests me about this story is how different outlets are covering it. This level of insight is only possible thanks to our sponsor this week,
Ground News. I use that app. That's pretty cool. Very reliable app.
Ground News. Ground News is the only website and app that
We're gonna sit through ads in this channel if they're good.
Doesn't just track global news events, it dissects them. It gathers stories from all over the world and gives me a clear sense of how they're being covered, whether that's by factuality, or reliability, or ownership, or political bias. In this case, this story is covered by 750.
Well, you can choose what news you want to see more. So there is like this level of, it's not biased, it's just like it'll give you, options. Like, do you want to watch, would you rather watch, more right-leaning politics and news, or would you rather watch more, left-leaning type of politics and news? But the sources are usually very reliable.
Outlets on the right are...
You get to choose what sources you get your stuff from.
are emphasizing how this is a maximum pressure tactic against a tyrant or socialist president. And outlets on the left are focusing on the regime change motive and criticizing the
I find issue with the left screeching about, you know, why do we do that? They're doing it. They're screeching for the wrong reason. Is my take on the left. On the left. Okay, just I wouldn't even mind a rat coming in and taking my stuff right now. That's me pretending like I wouldn't care about a rat taking all my stuff.
unprecedented acknowledgement of such actions. Ground News also lets me explore stories from all over the world, giving me a sense of what may be overlooked by Western media. Basically, my job is to understand not just what's being covered, but how it's being covered. And Ground News makes that job easier, and I want the same transparency for my viewers. So right now we've partnered with Ground News to offer you 40% off their Advantage plan. That's what I use every day. You can go to ground.news/searchparty or scan the QR code for that. Ground News and I share the same mission. That's to make the news more understandable and transparent for everybody. So thanks again to Ground News for their support. Now I'll take you back to the story. Trump began by focusing on 8 criminal groups, mostly cartels in Mexico, plus Tren de Aragua, a gang started in a Venezuelan prison, and Cartel de los Sols,
I had Tren de Aragua in my city. It's pretty crazy. We got them right away, though, because El Paso is the greatest city in the U.S.
criminal network in the Venezuelan military. Trump designated them as either foreign terrorist organizations or specially designated global terrorist groups, labels the U.S. used before.
They are now officially in the same category as ISIS, and that's not good for them.
But these labels didn't have anything to do with the military.
This is something the Democrats were too scared of doing. Just, you know, let's treat cartels like they need to be treated, like actual terrorists, because they are. They're not to give too much credit to Donnie. Okay.
He just broadened U.S. law enforcement's abilities to prosecute and sanction the cartels and people linked to them.
So whether that is a business which launders money or goes into business with a cartel, to an immigrant who may be forced to pay a ransom fee, it allows to cast that very, very wide net.
But then Trump sent a Navy fleet to the Caribbean and authorized it to strike a boat suspected of running drugs for Tren de Aragua. He then wrote to Congress that the people killed were unlawful combatants in an armed conflict, and that the strikes were in self-defense. In other words, because drugs are killing Americans, and those drugs are trafficked in...
Listen, drugs are... I'm not trying to say drugs are good. Drugs are bad.
By cartels, Trump wanted to view the cartels as combatants in a war and use military force against them.
So we're at war. Okay, well, I'm over this. Trump's excuse for blowing up stuff is, well, drugs are coming in, so we're going to stop. Okay. Pretty extreme way of taking care of stuff, but alright. Well, I mean, I cannot deny that it's not a step up from, you know, the Democrats are just, they're too cowardly to just, and again, not to give too much credit to Trump, I absolutely despise Epstein's best friend, former best friend, I guess. But, you know, we're stuck with what we're stuck, so I'm just saying, you know. Okay, alright, well, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Oh, you know what? I want to see somebody's take. Son Piker. Oh, this is a oldie but goodie. This is a classic.
It is emblematic of all of America's much more consequential.
Oh, this has nothing to do with what I was just showing. This is just a prominent and very popular a very popular face of the left in you know, in politics. And he's this YouTuber called Hassan Piker. He's named Hassan. His name is Hassan Piker. He's just this creep.
Violence.
Has nothing to do. This is totally irrelevant to what I was just showing, but
okay.
I'm gonna try to show this every time I go live.
It's the same reason as the.
So, before you see this guy, right here, supposedly, he's reaching for a Zin that never reaches his mouth, okay? Just have that in mind. When you see some motion happening right on this side of his body. And then what happens at the same time that he does the motion, okay? Just
why America, Kaya, please just f***ing go, just stop.
Souvlaki Samurai.
Okay, I don't know what Souvlaki Samurai is up to, but
Look
at the eye
okay, it's the same reason.
I am obsessed. Yes, yes.
That's the why America, Kaya, please.
The way he rolls his eyes, the frustration in this poor man's eyes when he sees that his precious, innocent dog moves from her designated spot.
Please just f***ing go, just stop.
You see how she did? There was no way she like nicked her paw. She just, pulled it because it was a knee-jerk reaction to getting shocked.
Souvlaki
By your owner. Okay, this is not what I was gonna look up. Okay, Hassan Planker, Venezuela. Does he have a take about this? Since we're here. Okay, let's go.
For those of you who are under a rock and unfamiliar with what took place, Donald Trump is currently giving a speech about, why we had to bomb Caracas and Caracas, capital of Venezuela.
Okay, so obviously you can tell he's kind of, setting it up as, Okay.
Reality of the matter is, we do it because we can. We do it because we want their oil. We do it because we want their gold. We do it because we want to attack. We want to decouple anyone in our backyard, right? From collaborating or cooperating with other countries that we've declared for now.
Is that why, Hassan? Because we don't want Venezuela to cooperate with other countries? Or is it because of the reason you just stated, for their oil? Pick a lane.
Adversary, specifically China,
Everything's about China with this guy. This guy's obsessed with China, by the way. Bro, line up. I don't have the best beard. I barely have one. Line up that beard. Holy hobo.
Specifically Russia, specifically Iran. We do it for the love of the game. We do it because we can. And it's really funny when they try to come up with justifications for it, as though there's any legalese that justifies this kind of nonsense. But yes, last night we bombed Caracas after
We bombed
months and months of bombing fishing boats off the coastline of Venezuela. We bombed Caracas and we invaded it militarily.
Keeps repeating the same thing over and over again because he wants you to see this as negative as possible. Now, in the way that somebody might look at this would be, okay, so we just got into another country again, and we all know why, for the oil. Now, okay, yes, obviously that's bad. Let's look at the bright side, though. We did liberate a country from a dictatorship, only to be ruled by another dictatorship right after.
Right? But technically it wasn't a real invasion, and the reason why I'm saying...
Okay, Trump attacked Venezuela and arrested his president. Is that legal? What? Why is that something that should be typed? What do you mean, is that legal? Who cares?
That is because...
Is that legal? Trump has been able to do whatever the heck he wants. What do you mean, is that legal? Is somebody going to hold him responsible? Are we going to take him to court? Is that legal? That's so silly. This is why the left is so cringy, and they are just as cringy as the right. And I hate that both sides don't see how cringy and despicable they are. They want to think like, oh, we're the better side. It's like, okay, you want rights for everybody, but you also wanted men and women's bathrooms. Stop pretending like you didn't. We were going that way, okay? And the left gave every single amount of fuel. That's funny that we're talking about fuel because oil, Venezuela, right? To the right to be able to say, these people are crazy. Let's not vote these people in. Okay.
I made a prediction that America was not going to...
Also, this guy right here, face of the left, right? Online, I guess. He said that Kamala was gonna be just as bad as Trump. Now, not a fan of Kamala. She was kind of like forced on us after Biden, kind of called it. He was like, "It's curtain, guys, peace." So I'm not a, but I do not think for a second that she was gonna be as bad as Trump. Now, maybe as incompetent, okay, but not as bad.
Invade Venezuela and then literally.
Yeah, I really dislike the Democrats and the left because they are a side that keep you exactly where they need you. And the other side, the right, conservatives, Republicans, they are the side that keep you where they want to keep you. And they both have, they have different interests.
Early after I ended the
that's how I differentiate them.
Stream, I think like approximately an hour after, they did do technically a special military operation, not an invasion, but a special military operation. We'll talk about.
Well, it was, right? It was a military operation and an invasion.
About the distinction in a second, and they arrested.
What? Does this guy think we're hiding it? I just watched the video of Trump saying we did it for the oil, and also we're gonna be taking care of Venezuela now. Isn't that funny? That now Venezuela can, the citizens of Venezuela, the residents of Venezuela, the people in Venezuela can now come over to the U.S. because, we'd be... Isn't that like a thing, right? That's such a funny... Okay, let's do this. He looks like Maduro. Okay, can the citizens of Venezuela now. What do I want to look for? Seek. Fuck. Protection? You know what? This is a stupid question. Let's give up on it.
Maduro. Nicolas Maduro. Overall.
How silly of Hassan to say it.
I know that for a lot of people, their only assessment of the world revolves around like what their least favorite content.
What is it with this guy just assuming shit about people? He's always doing some, I hate the fact that this and that, and it's not even a fact, it's just something he came up with. It's funny how this and that about this person. Bro, what? Like, you're being too broad. Be specific.
Creator is saying and doing, right?
You're like putting words in a lot of people's mouths.
Someone like myself, they'll be like, oh, does this trigger Hassan? Then it's probably...
This guy's tall as shit. I just say little bro because I know like his commenters fuck with them and it bothers him that he's called little bro.
A good thing. I just need you to understand, this is not a moment where I'm like...
Little bro is not about stature, by the way. Anytime I call little bro, I call someone little bro online because I'm chronically online. When I'm not working, I work construction, by the way, so... suck on that. I'm literally better than you. They're like, bro, I am 6'1". Bro, I am 6'4". And it's like, okay, it's not about stature. It's not about your height. It's about you acting a certain way, like a silly, immature way. Little bro is not... I'm not calling you short. I'm calling you... You're acting younger. Like, you're acting like a young kid that doesn't know anything. Like, my little bros... Well, shout out to my little bros, okay? Because now they have some sense and they're not dumb. But they used to be little bros. They used to be my little. They still are my little bros, but they used to be dumb little bros. That's what little bro is, okay? It's not about your height.
Oh my God, trigger.
Jesus.
Or whatever. I'm just frustrated. I'm always frustrated.
Why are you frustrated, bro? You're a millionaire. You're frustrated for who? You fake socialist. You champagne socialist. You Gucci socialist, right? He looks Gucci. Why is this guy frustrated? This doesn't affect him. Maybe in the future? Why? Why would this affect him? Okay. Am I too late? Yeah, boy. Okay. We're gonna go get some more matriarch. Give me a second. Oh. Oh, right. Matriarch reactors. And queen well, we can't get queen reactors because there's no queen, there's only baron. Which is weird. Why is there only barons? Okay, I'm gonna show you how easy it is again to get some reactors. I can usually get like a good 3 or 4, but I got downed way too quickly last time, so. Wait, let me fix my stuff. Okay, fix that. I have no idea why this is so low. Okay, we fixed that. Alright, let's go. Beautiful.
Nothing is going to change, but you have to understand why I'm frustrated. In your mind, you might assume that I'm frustrated because, oh, I had this like
why are you frustrated?
Unlimited loyalty to Maduro, right?
Did this guy... What? No. Come on. That'd be too much. Okay, how do I... Okay. Did Hassan? No. Hassan. Biker. What do you call when you... Not defend someone. Also, I might have Alzheimer's. I'm pretty positive I'm gonna have Alzheimer's because I forget everything. Like, genuinely forget everything. Like, words, thoughts. I'm always confused. Support. Support for Maduro. Okay, well, this did not answer anything.
Right? Or Maduro is a socialist, he's a communist. You're triggered because a communist is guy.
Was Maduro a socialist? Was... Oh, wait. Is... Shit. Maduro a socialist? Yes. Of course Hassan supports a dictator. Of course he does. Why would I think that's crazy? He supports... What does he support? He supports Hamas. What was the other one? He doesn't think North Korea is that bad, right? He supports China. He's obsessed with China. Is China... Okay. Alright, let's just keep watching.
Getting their comeuppance or whatever. No, I don't give a shit about any of that stuff. What I do care about is exactly what I'm saying, okay? As an American taxpayer, As
an American taxpayer. Get a little of this guy.
want these taxes to actually fund the infrastructure.
This is someone... Listen, if it was me saying it, you know... Okay. That makes sense, because I don't make a lot of money. My taxes... it sucks when I pay taxes, okay? Because someone like me doesn't have money. You are incredibly rich. You don't care about where your taxes go. If you did, you wouldn't be drinking any Coke drinks.
I want these taxes to fund our schools. I want these taxes...
No, you don't.
To fund a robust welfare structure that actually helps regular ass Americans like many of you that are sitting in this chat who are excited at the prospect of getting an ownage on a epic own on a triggered libtard or whatever. And I believe that every single action that's taken, every time that we decide to send the military over there to bomb another country so that we can actually directly steal their natural resources.
Okay, that was very clear from the start. Let's watch it again. Holy crap, this guy. Okay. The U.S. and Venezuela. Okay. Let's watch this again. What did I watch? It was that one... No. Where is it? It was just here. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. This is big stuff. And we appreciate you being here. Late last night and early today, at my direction, the United States Armed Forces conducted an
Does this mean we could just do whatever we want?
extraordinary military operation in the capital of Venezuela. Overwhelming American military power, air, land, and sea, was used to launch.
I feel like there should have been like this momentum of people noticing, hey, are we about to invade Venezuela? And okay, you see that? I firmly believe that there's devs or whoever watches your gameplay and they just send ARC to come after you. It's so obvious. Okay.
A spectacular assault, and it was an assault like people have not seen since.
The fabulousness of Trump's way of talking is it's so immaculate. Like, it does not for 1 second cease to be prominent. Like, he keeps it going, and it's something to admire, to be honest. Okay, anyways.
World War II.
Also, why bring up a world war, bro? Like, are you trying to scare me? 'Cause I'm scared, okay? You didn't even have to bring up World War II, like, at all. I was already scared. Well, now I'm even more scared.
It was a force against a heavily fortified military fortress in the heart of Caracas to bring outlaw dictator Nicolas Maduro to.
I don't think the fact that I can look up whose oil is better, Iraq's or Venezuela's. I don't know. I feel like that tells me, Jesus, whoa, bro. I feel like that tells me everything I need to know about our intentions, okay? We don't care about liberating. I mean, me personally, okay, yeah, maybe I would if I had known about it beforehand. Now that I do, I do. Come on, we as a country, we don't care about liberating other countries. We don't. I mean, we help one, but I'm not gonna go there. A lot. Okay.
Justice. This was one of the most stunning,
I don't know what Hassan
effective and powerful displays of American military might and competence
when he said we want
in American
oil.
history. And if you think about it, we've done some other good ones, like the attack on Soleimani, the attack on al-Baghdadi, and the obliteration and decimation of the Iran nuclear sites.
What Iran nuclear sites? What? The assessment of Iran's nuclear sites posing a threat to the U.S. is a subject of intense international debate and military conflict, with U.S. officials stating that recent military action was necessary to dismantle a threat. So was there a threat or not? Okay, relax! I'm trying to read. Okay. International bodies and some experts expressed concern over the escalation. Listen, if you're gonna kill me, I really don't care about, let me just read this shit. The U.S. position, the United States government and the President Trump and the to be the foremost. Why? Listen, I know if we kind of took care of Iran, it would take care of a lot of problems, just like that other state. But, it feels like some countries are getting special treatment, right? Huh? Hate that freaking... Okay. Great. I just need to shoot that thing one more time, and a plate's gonna fall, and then I'm gonna just waltz in there. Damn it. Okay, well now I can't shoot it. It's gone. It's the aggro, so we're just gonna lock in onto me. Where are you? Where the fuck? Nope, I turn around. Okay. Hold on. Give me a sec. Well, I don't have a defib, so I'm gonna just stabilize your ass. No, I don't have a defib. I'm sorry, bro. Shoot, there's no defib here. Yeah, you can't even crawl out of here. Ah, shit. Okay, hold on. Let me heal you one more time.
Oh, I'm good on heals. You don't have to heal me. I got the.
And don't. Oh, okay. What the hell? It's a fucking Rocketeer. My mortal enemy. Just give me 1 second. Let me get this guy off my back. Okay. All right, let me look for someone real quick. Hold on. All right, yeah, just stay there. Well, I mean, you don't have a lot of place to move. Oh, all right, I'll be right back. Hey, bro. I know you're running. Do you have a defib by any chance?
Negative, sir. Negative.
Oh man. He's over here. I mean, he's a random, but he has the survivor augment.
You got a defib, bro? I got the survivor augment on.
Okay, and the shitty thing is he can't get out of there.
Yeah, I can't. I would call out trying to extract.
Okay. Let me hold on. I'll be back. Let's see. Anybody around here? Anybody have a defib? Oh, that freaking plate is looking so juicy. Oh, yes. Come to Papa. Come to Pop. Ah, it's the aggro. Okay.
Actually destabilizing the world pretty significantly. We're causing mass displacement to take place. We're actually making sure that everyone in the global south is constantly kept
somebody
down.
get my plate?
And on top of that, none of those profits are even coming back to your pockets anyway. All of that is directly going into the pockets of the super wealthy. But a lot of you, I think, have deluded yourselves into this false fantasy that as long as America is dominating other countries, it's kind of like I'm on that team and I'm dominating them too. You're not. You're actually being dominated pretty aggressively, and you will never really realize it unless you snap out of it, right? There's a reason why many people in the, America First contingency were saying, oh, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because he's the peace president, right? Kamala Harris is a warmonger. Donald Trump is going to do peace. And obviously, Donald Trump was never going to do peace, as I said over and over again throughout the election cycle. And it was very frustrating because the Democrats didn't actually take a pro-peace position at all. They thought that they could outflank the Republicans on like hyper-patriotism or whatever when they own that space in its entirety. Having said that, this is just pure terrorism. It's immoral, but it's not.
Terrorism? It's immoral? What's immoral? Taking out a dictator? That's immoral, bro? This guy is demented. Absolutely despise. Exactly. Whoa. No. You have the wrong opinion. Conflict of interest.
Not even pure terrorism that's actually going to line up your pockets, but at least, I guess, in the most pathetic way possible, you can feel like you're powerful because the American government is projecting power. I guess that's it. I guess that's what you can look forward to in your dog life. But here is JD Vance.
Why did he just go for personal attacks right away? Because he doesn't have any actual argument. He never has an actual argument, this guy. If you go through his shit, or maybe he rarely does, but he will just call you names, degrade you, minimize your argument, and pretend like he's making one himself. When he's not. He's just putting his own personal feelings in there. Why? Who knows? This guy definitely, if I didn't know any better, I'd feel like Hassan is a Mossad agent. Okay, come on, this is taking forever. I'm usually a lot faster than this.
Everyone's least favorite vice president, saying, the president offered multiple off-ramps, but was very clear throughout this process. The drug trafficking must stop. I love that one. Hey, trafficking.
I mean, Trump was pretty
okay. There you go. I love
exactly
that. It's
We're
cool. It's cool. He's like, he's doing the actually all the time. This is it. He is Mr. Actually, which is pretty awesome. He has to actually everything. Donald Trump will just come out and be like, I think Venezuela is woke and gay. That's why I invaded it, because I hate it, and also because I think they stole the election in 2020. And JD Vance has to be like, actually, the reason why we're invading Venezuela is because they're actually a narco trafficking hub, even though there's no evidence to suggest this. And no one is really even trying to fake evidence to make it seem like that's really the case. Bernie's statement, let me hear it. Let's see. He's going to say something about Maduro. Oh, wow. He doesn't, it seems. Donald Trump has once again shown his contempt for the Constitution and the rule of law. The president of the United States does not have the right to unilaterally take this country to war, even against a corrupt and... Oh, no, he is saying... corrupt and brutal dictator Maduro. Okay, I need you guys to understand something. I don't give a how dog Maduro is. I need to make this very clear. Okay, the moment that you turn around and you go, oh well, it's a corrupt and tyrannic rule of Maduro, brother, we're the American government. Do you understand how much more corrupt and tyrannical we are, even just by like our unlimited allegiance to Israel, right? Like, what are we talking about here? If we're looking at like, if we're looking at pound for pound, like corruption and tyranny, I mean, the very fact that we just kidnapped the head of a state, that's insane. We just kidnapped the head of a foreign nation state.
I mean, we kidnapped a dictator, but I guess I know what you mean, Hassan, because you're obsessed with terrorists. Okay, we're gonna go jack this matriarch reactor real quick, and then we'll just get the hell out of here. Okay, I don't think we're gonna do this, because I'm about to die. I don't know why it's so hard this time. Okay, if somebody else jacks it before I do, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, this guy's, you see, this is what I'm talking about. There's definitely a dev of someone watching my gameplay and messing with it. Why are you turning this way, bro? Okay, okay, okay. You see? You see how it's doing it? You see how it doesn't make any sense? Also, why has it not moved? Why has it not moved? Is nobody in the lobby right now? Okay. Now it's walking towards me like it knows exactly where I'm at. And I wouldn't even doubt it. How is that fair? Awesome. Great. Dude, if it's gone, I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. Okay. What? Okay. There's 10 minutes left. Did somebody save the guy? Okay.
Brother, that's like you're trying to be like, oh, Maduro is really repressive against like student protesters. He's like killing protesters, right? Like it's like, oh wow, I can't believe he's doing that. Is that fucked up? Absolutely, absolutely. What we do is infinitely worse, even in this argument. And when you bring like that up, all you're doing is basically get people to read that and go, okay, if he's actually a corrupt and brutal dictator, why should I feel bad that Donald Trump arrested him? Because the reality of the matter is, why should you feel bad, right? Why should you even remotely feel bad? Why? Because you care about like process? Really? That's the reason why we're against intervention in Venezuela, because process was not applied. It's stupid. And this is exactly why Trump wins on these arguments, right? Because liberals don't ever talk about this from the perspective of like the average American. They never talk about this like, why the f are we bombing Venezuela, dude? What? Fix the potholes, you know? Why are we bombing Venezuela? Give us free healthcare. Spend the money on something good, right? Instead of making sure that Exxon generates higher profits next quarter. Like, this is unacceptable. That's all you need to say. You don't need to do this like, oh, Donald Trump is not following the legal process here. That's all. If this is the best we have on the Democratic Party, we're cooked. That's it. The president of the United States does not have the right to unilaterally take this country.
Your first mistake, Hassan, was putting all your cards on the Democratic Party, or putting red. The Democratic Party is red, and putting all your money on red. Something like that. I've never gambled before in my life. I've played blackjack, so I've gambled before.
The war, even against a corrupt and brutal dictator like Maduro. The United States does not have the right, as Trump stated this morning, to run Venezuela. Congress must immediately pass a war powers resolution to end this illegal military operation and reassert its constitutional responsibilities. I mean, the rest of this stuff is good. Trump's attack on Venezuela will make the United States and the world less safe. It's true. This brazen violation of international law gives a green light to any nation on earth that may wish to attack another country to seize their resources, to change their governments. Also true. This horrific logic of force that Putin used to justify his brutal attack on Ukraine, also true. Trump and his administration have often said they want to revive the Monroe Doctrine, claiming that
But a matriarch reactor? No. Alright, come here. Get over here. Get over here, get over here. Right here, bro. You see, this is how nice I am. And I don't get treated the same way. And I feel like the devs are watching my gameplay. And they like mess with my gameplay. No, just pick it up. Yeah, there we go.
Oh shit. I've never had it.
Alright, let's get out of here, bro. To be honest, I'm a pretty cool raider. I always try to help everybody, okay? And nobody helps me. Especially when I'm like,
the United States has the right to dominate the affairs of the hemisphere. I mean, we kind of haven't really let go of that principle, if we're being real. Maybe we've just like escalated.
Also, I'm gonna preface that I'm not really prefacing because it's already over, but I mean it already started. But anything this guy says, this guy is like the definition of take it with a grain of or what, how does it go? Something about a grain of salt being taken. Take this with a grain of salt. This is like the definition. This is like the embodiment of that expression.
it a little bit more, but they've spoken openly about controlling Venezuela's oil reserves, the largest in the
give
world.
away
This
my
is rank
matriarch
imperialism.
reactors.
It recalls the darkest
The
chapters of
main
U.S.
reason
interventions
is
in Latin
because I have a
America,
lot
which
of
have
them.
left a terrible legacy. It will.
Because when you're trying to get them, when you're trying to loot a matriarch, whether it's the Baron or the Queen, you just waltz up in there and just, you know, kind of like, don't be scared, you know, just be chill. When they start, just let somebody else shoot first, and then when they're distracted, whether it be the Baron or the Queen, you know, shoot a little bit, see where it gets you. Okay, you're good. It's not shooting back at you. You're gonna be dodging some of the missiles, but just shoot again until with a hull cracker, of course. And once one of the plates fall, just get in there and just collect it. That's how I got most of these. Some of these I did get off. No, I think like 1 or 2 I did get off of corpses of raiders in the game, not in real life. I think it was the reactor. I think it was a couple of the reactor ones. I did get off of dead. I didn't get them. I didn't down them. They got downed. Maybe I did take advantage of some situations, but we don't need this. Okay.
And should be condemned by the democratic world. It won't be condemned by the democratic world. It won't be. Europe is comprised of cucks.
Also, what's with this guy and demonizing? I get one side, but why are you demonizing your own side, bro? Little bro. It's like everybody hates you already. Well, I guess.
I'm sorry to say this. I apologize to the European chatters in here that know this reality. I hate to say it. I mean, obviously we're Americans, right? We're doing the evil.
Are you, Hassan? You seem to hate America a lot. Do you even consider yourself? I'm being silly. He does, but he's kind of a piece of shit. So he absolutely does hate America because he said so. We're gonna recycle. A lot of these are safe to get rid of, by the way. Just get rid of them. If you've got your... I've been playing this for 2-3 weeks. If you got your stations maxed out, you ain't gotta worry about having all this stuff. Just like the stuff to fix your shields, like arc circuit.
Circuitry.
Circuitry.
Circuitry. Circuitry. Circuitry. Circuitry.
Circuitry.
Circuitry.
Like arc circuitry.
Circuitry. Circuitry.
Say it slow, bitch.
Circuitry.
Like this stuff right here, that you needed to like fix your shields. Okay, keep that. Obviously. You don't need it. At least I haven't needed it so far. Maybe I will, but you find it. You find it everywhere. Don't be afraid to get rid of your stuff. Arc motion core, you need it. Arc alloy, you need it. Advanced arc power cell, you need it. This stuff, you need it. But for example, I got a lot of stuff that I don't need. If you can craft these Raider hatch keys, just have one at your disposal, okay? You don't need it. You don't need to have more. Oh, antiseptic. You're definitely gonna need those, okay? Don't get rid of those. Arc coolants, I haven't needed it. Maybe I do, I just haven't figured out what for. Like the stuff that's rare, that I don't really find a lot, like this mini centrifuge. How come I can say that, but not circuitry? Like mini centrifuges, I can even say it in plural. I don't know, I just keep them because I rarely ever see them. Microscopes, I rarely ever see those, so I keep them. You need processors to craft your tactical augments. Your augments, so keep those, but don't keep too many of them. Like if you have more than, if you have more than a row in a row, just get rid of them, sell them, or recycle them. Syringe. I don't even think I need syringes because I thought I needed them to make the health shots. Those shots that like and then it brings your health. Ah, crap. Okay. Anyways, you kind of get it. Are we good? I'm gonna give that Osprey blueprint to someone next drop, and that's how cool I am. But nobody treats me the same. I mean, I guess they don't know because they weren't with me.
Here, but
I really
the
wish
reality
I
of
got
the
some
matter.
of that karma back because I am a really cool raider. Like when attacked, I'll attack. But for the most part, I try to be really peaceful and cool with all the other raiders. I'm not exactly good at PvP in Ark. I'm pretty good. Whatever. So I try to like be peaceful with everybody. I try to avoid confrontation and violence with other raiders. With the clankers, I go all out. But with other raiders, my fellow species in the game, I try to be nice. I try to help. If I don't have a defib, I will literally stay with them until they are able to crawl back to extraction. A lot of the times they don't make it, but damn it, do I help them get as far as they can. I take all their stuff right after, but only to honor them, their memory. I take all their stuff and I keep it with me. I do recycle and sell a lot of their stuff, but a lot of the stuff, like I've gotten. Oh, I was about to move my Xbox with my mouse. Like for example, I did get one Bobcat. Oh, this is a perfect Jupiter. Oh man, that guy. I did eliminate him, but only because we were in the middle of getting absolutely clobbered by I think it was a Baron, because we were the first two to shoot at it. Anyways, we were stuck in a room, and eventually he got down because they shot through the window sills, those little gaps. Anyways, he tried to corrupt. I didn't have a defib. I wasn't gonna waste my meds on him because I needed them. We had just dropped, and it was gonna be a long round. Anyways, he tried crawling out, and he got me shot. So that's when I got kind of upset. So I thought I was gonna let him go, but then I thought, okay, he's not gonna make it back to extraction. I think I even have the clips of it. So I thought, you know what? I'll just take him out of his misery. I'll take his meds, and he'll appreciate it. He sounded mad, but I feel like he knew that I needed.
There is European
and
leadership.
Now I have a Jupiter. Have I used it? No, because I don't want to lose it. Like the guy that I took it from did. Because it's a cool weapon. I saw that guy take out like the Bombardier with it. Like nothing. It was awesome. And I thought, wow, I wish I had I wish I had a weapon like that. Because I didn't know what it was. And then I downed him. Well, he got downed and then I finished him. Only because we were trapped. If we weren't in that... If we weren't in the situation we were in, I wouldn't have downed him. Finished him. I wouldn't have finished him. And I thought, oh my goodness, what a cool gun. And I got it. Like, I wished it and I got it. I thought that was pretty cool. Poor guy, because... But, I mean, he had a Jupiter, so he probably was able to craft it anyways. So, I mean... I'm never mad. Well, I do get mad a lot about losing stuff. But before, I was able to craft them. Like, now I can craft Bettinas. And, honestly, when I lose them, I don't even get mad. I'm like, I hope that guy really enjoys my Bettina. Bobcats. I can't craft Bobcats, so I don't use them. Because I don't want to lose them. I don't know how good they are. Armor print. Oh, so these are just for raiders. Like, there's some of the guns are just
unimaginably cucked. This is funny. If we leave dictators like Maduro unchecked, we will pay the price.
And this is also something that drives me crazy about conservatives and MAGA and Republicans. It's like, okay, so now you care about other countries? I thought America first. I thought, let's stay away from other countries. Trump is going to get us out of conflicts with other countries. I mean, was sending everybody back to Mexico or wherever they came from not the solution? I thought that's what it was. Protect our borders? No, we got to go and get their oil to protect America? Doesn't make any sense. But, MAGA will just follow blindly.
Price down the line. Do we really want an egomaniac like that in the Western Hemisphere? I've also heard that Maduro might have actually been hanging out with...
Hold on. What are you talking about? Maduro has been in power for like 13 years. I just read that. You just cared about him now? Just like Hassan just barely cared about Palestine in the last 5 years, I think?
With elite pedophiles. We can't let that...
listen.
That stand.
I also don't understand, like, dude, you guys defend pedophiles a lot.
What if he begins bombing civilian vessels in our ocean, or invades or abducts our president with no approval?
I hate that MAGA and that side of the aisle. Now they care about the potential dangers that a dictator can cause. No, you don't. You didn't even know. I bet you most of MAGA didn't even know about Maduro.
From his voters or government. This is scary behavior beyond what we could ever accept.
Very scary.
I agree, Chatter. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah. What if there was a country in the Western Hemisphere led by a corrupt psychopath who was just bombing civilian ships? Also, that's the joke. The Chatter is doing a joke. For those of you who don't understand, this is a joke. He's saying the things that we have done. I don't disagree with your take, but it makes me wonder, do you think there's ever a point where invasion is justifiable? Yes, Israel. It'll never happen, though.
Right. That one was funny. He wasn't trying to be funny, like, not intentionally, but that one was funny. What? Oh. I need more.
A nuclear armed nation state, and also an extension of America. It's also pretty funny because, like, even the Trump administration didn't try to present that argument, really. Like, they didn't even do that. They didn't even do that, like, liberal, you know, oh, we're actually doing this to save the Venezuelans. Like, they just straight up were like, I want the oil. You have oil.
Okay, so then what are you complaining about? Obviously, it wasn't because we were trying to be terrorists. We were just being very gluttonous. What's that one word?
It's mine. And there are still people that are trying to do propaganda after the fact when the administration is not even doing it. The administration is like, we're pirates. You have bounty. We will plunder. We will rape.
Hey, at least now they're being honest in the shittiest way possible. I'll admit. But everybody knows that we can be evil. But at least now we're being
we will
honest.
pillage. And there are still people in the chat being like, no, you don't understand, actually. They're doing this to save Venezuelan democracy. It's like...
Also, such a dumb... That's why I think a lot of these people are just bots. They're not real people. You're MAGA, but you're saying you need to save other countries and save democracy for other countries. No, that's not... Doesn't make any sense coming from that side. The thing that drives me crazy about the lefties is they're getting mad.
Who is this for? Is this for yourself? Do you think
both sides are
someone is going to hear your statement in this chat and go, you know what? Even though the American government that I do not trust any longer to have my best interest in mind has openly stated...
Well, that's not what they're saying, Hassan, because they are sheep, right, Hassan? They are bootlickers.
Their desire for why they're bombing Venezuela and kidnapping Maduro is actually just to literally rape Venezuela.
Yes, that is literally what Trump said. And the I need to find that freaking where's this stuff I'm okay. Cause, oh, there we go. Forgot. Okay, I forgot. I at one point thought this guy was all right. Who is this? These are not like my proudest subscriptions. Oh, the burnt peanut is. Okay, yeah. Watch Mojo? I haven't even watched Mojo. I haven't watched Mojo in such a long time. What? The girl with the mic? Okay, yeah, she's cool. House. Why is it these when I don't even watch these anymore? I mean, well, Parks and Rec sometimes. Okay, alright, whatever. Alright, let's do this.
Overnight, President Trump returning to the White House, detailing his plans for the future of Venezuela aboard Air Force One.
We're going to run everything.
Venezuela's ousted leader, Nicolas Maduro, who will appear in federal court today, seen arriving in the U.S. and accompanied by agents in New York. His wife, Celia Flores, one of Maduro's key advisors, is also in custody. Now, questions about how involved America will be as the country moves forward. The president initially saying this on Saturday.
We're going to run the country.
Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
What? That's it?
Responding on Meet the Press Sunday.
Who are those people who will be running the country specifically?
We. You and I.
Well, it's not running, it's running policy.
But Sunday night, the president
doubled. Policy or is it running the country? Which one? Because the boss said running the country. We're gonna be running everything. Actually, he said. So is he being broad and he wasn't being specific, or where's the matriarch?
Down.
We're gonna run it, fix it. We'll have elections at the right time.
And asked who's in charge.
I'll give you an answer and it'll be very controversial.
What does that mean?
We're in charge.
And on whether American troops will be on the ground in Venezuela.
You heard it from the man himself. This is not the video I wanted to show. Okay. Latest. Okay. Where is the freaking video? A day ago. Oh. Okay. Wait. Use his fish. Okay. 2 people. Okay. Okay. Where's the one video, dude? I just saw it. This is for... Okay, this is not what I'm looking for.
President Donald Trump is citing several reasons for why the U.S. military captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
Paul Spey checks some of Trump's claims for PolitiFact.
How was I checking on this?
I'm going to still assume that there is some decent purpose here, some honorable purpose here. At what point?
When has there ever? Why are you acting dumb, Hassan? Maybe you're not acting at all. I'm gonna give you the... Oh shit, I completely missed. Shit. Okay, hold on. Okay. Oh. Okay, don't move. Wasting my ammo.
Point will people go, yeah, maybe America doesn't really care about installing democracy elsewhere and simply installing puppet leadership so they can keep unlawfully extracting all the natural resources in the global south.
Well, yeah, we did it in Iraq, and now we're going to do it in Venezuela. What are you going to do about it, Hassan? I wish I could do something about it, but I can't. Except yap on YouTube. To my non-existent audience.
And it won't even like actually return with redistributive policies into the pockets of the average citizen either. It'll just go.
Did they say that? My thing is, you're just making shit up. There's a lot of shit to talk about what's going on and how they're handling it and the fact that they did it. Yeah. Is it insane? Yeah. Did we capture a dictator though? I feel like I see that as a win. That's kind of cool that in my lifetime we captured a dictator. I feel like that other guy that Obama took care of, he was just some, I mean not just some, he was responsible for some pretty heinous stuff. But at the level of a dictator, I mean, I feel like that's a step up. Okay, making my way downtown. Okay.
To a handful of elite pedophiles is pretty cool. Nah, keep assuming that the American government is actually doing world police. Yeah, Pam Bondi indicted for possessions of machine guns. Yeah, it's pretty funny because like Donald Trump last month pardoned an actual cocaine kingpin. Yes. Who was an actual leader of a foreign nation state, who actually went through the legal process and was found to be guilty in trafficking tons of cocaine in.
Yeah, I feel like we all are aware that Trump is not a good person. Is this new? You just keep repeating yourself, Hassan. BAM! Oh, I thought it was gonna fall. Okay, there we go. Okay, we just waltz in there, okay? You just keep it nice and quick, and you're, okay? And you're in, and you're out, in and out, in and out, in and out. All right, let's get out of here. That was close.
To the United States of America. So this actually makes the situation even funnier because once again, my goat, Donald Trump, he is so good with this. Okay.
Shut up, Hassan. Also, I got a way, I got a little, I got a way to barter, okay, for my life. Just gotta offer them that Osprey blueprint. Because not everybody has it. Okay. But you know what? I'm gonna go... Jesus. I'm gonna go for another one. We're gonna go for the second matriarch reactor. Okay. Ah! Hey, how's it going? Hey. Hey, I got one matriarch reactor and an Osprey blueprint ready with your name all over it if you help me take down one more plate.
We don't do what I can. I don't really have a lot of lobby.
No, come on, you can. Believe in yourself. Alright. Check it out. We're gonna take this one out. Oh, nice. Okay, let's load up. Oh my goodness. There we go. Alright. Oh shit. Okay, I'm gonna go around. Yes, come here. Face my gluttonous desire for more loot. Okay, let me just reload real quick.
Okay. He will literally be like, I'm pardoning every, I don't know, major fraudster while simultaneously putting the beat on every Somali person and assuming that every Somali person is actually defrauding the Medicare system or something. Well, literally openly pardoning people who have stolen billions from like Medicaid or Medicare, right? It's pretty funny. He'll just literally do one thing and then claim that he's actually fighting against that thing by putting the crosshairs on a totally separate enemy. Yeah. None of this is credible when you remember that Trump pardoned former Honduran president and convicted drug trafficker Juan Orlando Hernandez. It was never about drugs. It's U.S. imperialism manifest. And it's kind of funny because Donald Trump is basically saying that too. It's not like he's hiding it. He is kind of open about it, which makes this really funny because like then you see liberals try to defend this somehow on like liberal grounds, America World Police grounds and shit like that. And it's like, who is this propaganda for? Is it for you? Do you want to feel comfortable with this kind of thing? Is that why? Okay, you're like, no, Mr. President. It's kind. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the Alex Jones Kanye West conversation where Kanye West was like, I love Adolf Hitler. Adolf Hitler invented the microphone. And Alex Jones was like, no, you're not supposed to say it like that. You're supposed to say like, no, you don't hate Jews, right? You don't hate Jews. Like you're just skeptical. You're just skeptical of the globalist elite, right? And Kanye was like, nah, I just hate the Jews and hate. And it's kind of like that with liberals, where it feels to me like the liberals are just basically going, no, you're actually doing this for world police stuff, right? You're doing this because you're the world police and you're installing democracy in Venezuela, right? And the Trump administration is like, nah, not really. I just want the gold. I just want the oil. I want the land. I want to rape and pillage. I'm bored. I want to rape and pillage because I'm bored. And liberals are like, no. You don't understand. The dominoes will fall about the dangers of socialism. Everyone will learn about the dangers of socialism if we actually, dethrone this corrupt, autocratic dictator. And Trump still turns around and is like, nah. Like, he might as well openly come out and be like, you guys were talking too much about my best friend who recently passed away, Jeffrey Epstein. And I did this because I really was bored and I didn't want you talking about that no more. And liberals would still be like, actually, this intervention was justifiable because the people of Venezuela have spoken. Do you like Maduro? I don't care. Like, my opinion or my dislike for Maduro is not pertinent to this conversation.
I don't know, Hassan. Is it? Is it not? Is it not pertinent for this conversation? You sure seem to be really hurt about Maduro getting captured. A socialist. I swear, bro. If he would, Hassan would so soy face over the funny mustache man. If he was alive, he would. Come on, he would. Okay, let's check this out. Honestly, pretty solid round. I'm not gonna lie. If I do say so myself. All right, let's get the fuck out of here. To quote my favorite FX show. What's heavy? Let's get rid of this, I guess. Oh, there we go. I didn't even have to get rid of the last one. Oh, let's not go that way. Whoa. I'm like Neo from the Matrix.
Like, do you guys understand why it's not relevant to this conversation? Like, my own personal criticisms of Maduro or whatever is not relevant to this conversation. It's kind of like the but Hamas equation, right? Israel be doing a genocide, and people will be like, well, what about your criticisms of Hamas? It's like, bro, they're being genocided. You know what I mean?
Nice.
It's like, what are your opinions on Maduro? I don't know. He shouldn't be kidnapped. How about that?
All yours, bro.
That's my opinion on Maduro. That's the only one that matters. There's no reason to be like, I don't like the way that he repressed a protest in his country, or I don't like the way.
Okay. That's not the thing, Hassan. Damn it. What is it with this guy protecting, like, absolutely terrible people? I feel like in a made-up world, this guy could have met the Zodiac Killer. And if the Zodiac Killer would have been like, yeah, man, listen, socialism, then Hassan would be like, people misunderstand you, okay?
He mismanaged the Venezuelan currency. Like, what difference does that make? Do you think that plays a role in why America kidnapped him? No. So it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant.
How many deaths is Maduro responsible for? Something's coming. Oh, it's just the elevator. I'm gonna call this elevator. Don't shoot my ass. Just be chill. Maybe we can exchange some stuff. Or maybe not, you noob. This was a good drop. Okay. Estimating the exact number of deaths directly attributable? How come I can say that but not the other word that I couldn't say? Attributable to Nicolas Maduro's government is complex. But reports from human rights groups and the UN cite thousands of extrajudicial killings, deaths from severe shortages. I just spat all over my laptop. Political repression and violent crackdowns on protests under his rule. Well, okay, hold on. Okay, crackdowns on protests. With figures like over 5,000 killings and security operations in 2018 alone, documented by the UN-linked bodies alongside widespread arbitrary detentions and torture, highlighting severe human rights abuses linked to his regime's actions. This guy is defending that, or at the very least, he feels sad about it, because we shouldn't be doing that. We shouldn't be kidnapping a guy who's responsible for how many? For at least 5,000 deaths of, people that were, I'm guessing, innocent. He could even, look at the way he's scratching his head. He's like, it's kind of hard keeping up with all this BS.
And that's why when people say like, well, actually, Venezuela.
Oh, that's right. I can comment stuff. Oh, right. The future is now, old man. I'm gonna just straight up copy it because I don't feel like putting it in my own words. Copy. Oh, crap. Yes. Got it. I'm not very good at typing, okay? I got it from Google. Shit. From Google. Oh, okay. There we go. Ooh, I got 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty good. What am I gonna sell? This one? No! Crap, I forgot. That's the button to put everything in there. I'm gonna like my own comments. Because to be cringe is to be free. Born too early for the war for oil. Born too late for the war for oil. But born just in time for the war for oil. What a year, huh? It's all... The CIA was involved in a regime change. Are you sure about that? Americans changing. Position, machine guns change. Those are any... Yeah, they should have... Yeah. Wait. Yeah, they should have... Crap. Okay. I suck at typing.
Venezuelans are celebrating. It's like, well, okay, it still doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. They're already spinning the narrative that all Venezuelans are happy. Yeah, I mean, they did the spin in Iraq as well.
Nobody said all Venezuelans are happy, Hassan. You just keep listening to your chatters, to your amnesia level IQ chatters, because you don't like doing any actual research. Look at me. I'm just a regular dude. And I'm doing research as I go. Because I don't know stuff. And I don't pretend to know stuff.
I mean, that's why...
Look at this. Huh? I know it's Google, but... Listen, I somewhat trust the information that's in Google. Obviously, if you're trying to go in deep, then you don't just go with Google. But that's just surface level stuff.
Where they will welcome us as liberators come from. That's...
Hold on. Dick Cheney? Who's Dick Cheney? My belief is we will, in fact, be greeted as liberators. I think it will go relatively quickly. Weeks. Who is Dick Cheney? Who is Dick? Or was? Was. 46th Vice President of the United States. What? Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was more vice presidents than presidents. I did not know we've had more vice presidents than we've had presidents. I did not know that. That's a fun fact. Not like the fact that I gave at the beginning of after my horrible intro. Okay, anyways. Okay. To change Vice President of the United States, George Bush. Okay. Vice President should be journalist. Okay, he had a distinguished career as a businessman. Oh, was he like a socialist? Is that the only level of requirement for this fucking Hassan guy? Okay. Was Dick Cheney for socialism? No. Conservative. Okay, wait. Am I being dumb?
Unironically where it comes from. Do you see what I mean? They will welcome us as liberators.
I thought this was one of his idols or something. I gotta finish.
Is a statement from Iraq. That was at a time when the American government was actively trying to propagandize a lot better than this one certainly is doing. It was trying to touch on the cultural attitudes of, the white savior complex that liberals have. Yeah, Donald Rumsfeld said
that liberals have, that you have. You don't actually care about Palestine or Palestinians, but yet you tell everybody that because of you, a lot of people have come to change their thoughts on what's going on over there on that side, or something like that. Very close to it.
George W. Bush said it, and they also showed the toppling of the statue of Saddam, right? That was like a big deal. They were like, see, this is working so well. This is working so good. And of course, what ended up happening in the aftermath of that was obviously 20 years of rape, pillage, death, destruction, a torture regime, and working so good. Saddam, right? Donald Rumsfeld said it, George W. Bush said it, and they also showed the toppling of the statue of Saddam, right? That was like a big deal. They were like, see, this is working so well. This is working so good.
This guy's such a narcissist.
And of course, what ended up happening in the aftermath of that was obviously 20
by the way,
years of rape, pillage, death, destruction, a torture regime, and just awful.
I'm so confused by this guy. Does he or does he not support authoritarianism? I'm kidding. I know what he supports, but it's still silly seeing him go through all these mental gymnastics. It's like he forgets exactly what he's talking about. Like me! But I have an excuse, because I'm pretty sure I have, or I'm going to have Alzheimer's. Maybe I'll keep that one.
Just overall pain and a power vacuum that came from that led to the creation of ISIS as well, and numerous other issues such as that one that still plague even the Western world, and certainly is a massive issue in the Middle East. So I guess like the only aspect of this
that's it? Just a massive issue in the Middle East? I'm not gonna go into
I
details,
think
but
is more
bro.
redeemable in comparison to George W. Bush is that at least they didn't do a shock and awe and full-blown invasion, and instead they did a kidnapping, I guess, if you want to look at it from like the lesser of two evils perspective. But of course, for me, how about no evil, right? Okay, why'd you get frustrated whenever people mention that Maduro's a dictator? Because it just gives righteous cause to Trump.
But he is a dictator. What is this little bro on about? Didn't I already look this up? Is Maduro a dictator? Why is it Reddit? Why does it have to be Reddit? Dictator. Nicolas Maduro is widely considered. It's not just by Trump or MAGA. He's widely considered a dictator by a global coalition of. It's by the UN, right? National view undermining democracy, human rights abuses. His administration has been associated with widespread human rights violations, including the president's dissent, arbitrary arrest, torture, and extraditional. You know what? Okay. Here we go. I'm just gonna copy. Okay. I'm gonna leave it. Paste. Okay. Fuck. Maduro. Shit. Right. Okay. That is my level of research. Okay. I don't pretend to know stuff. I look it up and then I engage.
Because Americans hear that and they go, okay, so why should I care that a dictator got kidnapped? That's why. That's number one. Number two.
Well, yeah. What? I mean, if you're looking at it from a perspective of like, okay, we're just kind of doing whatever we want. Okay, obviously it's crazy. But look at it from a perspective of like, okay, at the very least, it was a dictator. It's not everybody, because obviously, like for example here with MAGA, you know how they're like obsessed? Not as obsessed as the left. Obviously there's going to be people in Venezuela that are going to be like, no, Maduro. Maybe. I don't even know if that's true. But I mean, if that's what Hassan is thinking, I mean, you're not on the winning side of the argument.
As far as like the shit that Maduro has done, right?
Yes, like what I just commented, because I looked it up and I just copied and pasted. Estimating the exact number of deaths directly attributable to Nicolas Maduro's government. I'm surprised I can say that word. Nicolas Maduro's government is complex. I feel like that's just a way of saying it should be obvious. No. But reports from human rights groups and the UN. Doesn't Hassan support the UN? Cite thousands of extrajudicial. I'm surprised I can say that one. Killings, deaths from severe shortages, political repression, and violent crackdowns on protests under his rule, with figures like over 5,000 killings in security operations in 2018 alone documented by UN-linked bodies, alongside widespread arbitrary detentions and torture, highlighting severe human rights abuses linked to his regime's actions. I got it from Google. Oh, right. Maduro's administration has been associated with widespread human rights violations, including the repression of dissent. Okay, look. I'm going to be even a little more...
Circuitry.
No. Where did I check for that? Alright, whatever.
Okay, our leadership, Barack.
Why does he need to compare?
Obama, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Bill.
Oh, this fucking guy. Why does he need to compare, bro? Like you. Everybody hates you already. Why are you destroying the leeway that you have with your own side?
Clinton.
Why do you need to bring up? Listen, I'm not a fan of. Obviously, I'm not a fan of the Democratic administration that was before. I believe they all work for the same entity. But why do you need to compare one to the other? Just stick to one point. Stick to, okay, so Maduro has done this. Don't be like Maduro has done this. But, I mean, the U.S. has done, America has done this. Why do you do that? Like, I could be broad and be like, well, we've all done some crazy shit in the past.
George W.
But that wouldn't help my argument because I'm trying to be specific.
Bush. They've done a metric ton worse.
No. Worse? Have we? Okay, maybe we've done some crazy evil shit, but that's not what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the we just kidnapped a dictator Okay, fine. But it's a dictator. We don't have dictators over here. We have a wannabe dictator, but, you know, he can eat a because it's not going to happen. I know everything looks bleak right now, but it's not going to happen, okay? The U.S. is way too strong for that, to let that happen. What is it? 34% of registered voters voted for Donald Trump. And less than voted for Kamala Harris. That is not half the population of the U.S. That is a pretty small percent. Let's look it up. Okay. How many American citizens voted for Trump? Oh, right. How many? No. Okay. In total, just give me total. I know it's 34% of registered voters, but I just want to know the total because it is not half the population of the U.S. And it drives me crazy when conservatives or Republicans use that. Republican people use that as an argument. Well, half the country thinks otherwise. No, it's not half the country. What are you talking about? How do you people not know how that works? I'm kind of dumb, and I know how that works. Okay. That's not. Okay. Percentage of registered vote. There we go. Okay, I guess I have to do like deep analysis on this shit. Okay. Behind voting patterns. Why can't you just give me okay, AI mode? There we go. Yes. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, baby. Okay, in the 24 years president, 44. Ooh, I was so wrong. 44.4% of registered voters cast their ballots for Donald Trump. This calculation is based on official data showing Trump received. Okay, there we go. This is what I was looking for. 77. Okay, I guess 77,400,000, give or take, people voted for Donald Trump. How many people are there in the U.S.? A lot more, okay? It's not half the country. Where was I going with this? What was I saying this stuff?
Than Maduro, right? Does that...
Because Maduro, okay, he's comparing...
that mean that they get assassinated, they get kidnapped? Like, what are we
they've tried, Hassan. They took out the best one we had, JFK. What are you talking about, bro? And we did some crazy shit before JFK. Like, they've tried. What are you talking about? The US is fucking powerful. Like, it is. It's not going to be easy for someone to try.
talking about?
Even the staged ones have looked pretty difficult to perform.
Obviously, that will never happen because America's the hegemonic.
Absolutism? Is that a word? Absolutism? He talks in absolutes. It's never going to happen.
Superpower, but
this guy's such a narcissist.
Notion that like those guys are dictators, but we have
Okay. Listen, we have a wannabe dictator and people that want a dictator and would have a dictator because we've seen it on video about people wanting Donald Trump to be a dictator. Okay. People... No. MAGA. They're not people. MAGA wanting Trump to be a dictator. The good... Fuck. Liars. It was definitely one of these. Okay. Maybe it's...
What does this shirt mean? It means that the Democrats are stupid and that Trump should be president. What are the three branches of government?
You
The three branches of government: legislative, Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. I know them, and I'm pretty dumb. Legislative, executive. Legislative, executive. Oh, shit. Hold on. I do know it. Legislative, executive. Judicial! I'm just slow. Like, I'll get there. Judicial.
He's drunk.
Judicial, legislative, executive.
Drunk, probably.
Legislative.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, come on. So right there.
you don't help me.
PTSD. From what? Okay.
Judicial.
She just said it, though. She said that.
Yeah, judicial. I don't know
What
the
does
other
this
one.
have to do with politics, though?
What does this have to do with politics? What do the three branches of government have to do with politics?
Well, I mean, this does have to do with politics. I'm not well informed, but
Well informed, well versed. You could.
I am informed a little bit.
I'm not the arbiter of knowledge right now. I don't even remember it. It took me a while.
But you're tired of stupid Democrats.
Yes.
Yeah, he's tired of stupid Democrats.
What does this shirt mean?
It means that the Democrat.
Okay, this was not it. Hold on, I gotta prove myself right, because I'm gonna look dumb. Shit.
Do you think the Earth is round or flat?
Years ago. Oh, well, does it count? Okay. And I know I have them saved in my phone because I'm chronically online. People want Trump to be dictator.
Freedom. He's a dictator. He's a dictator. A lot of people are saying maybe we like a dictator.
Okay,
I don't like
the
a
man
dictator.
himself,
I'm not a dictator.
I'm gonna take it as a win. Why was I saying this?
This is f***ing idiotic. Actually, police brutality is a great example of this. When people do that, when they
Police brutality? Didn't I just type that about Maduro? It's like right there. Look, read it. Well, you're not gonna read it, but it's right there. I can't believe that this guy calls himself a, like he does journalism. I can't believe I'm doing more research than this guy.
talk about like,
I've been
well,
doing this for like 2 weeks.
look at the criminal, look at the track
I had 2 weeks off. I've been doing this for like 2 weeks in total.
record of this guy. That's the reason why he got shot. Everybody understands, like, you're saying that because you're giving credence to why this person got shot, right? And that's the same principle here as well. Not to say that like Maduro is good or whatever, but it's just not.
Are you saying that Maduro's not good or whatever? What do you mean? Is he or is he not? Because you've been kind of jumping around with the notion that maybe he's not that bad, or that the U.S. is just worse.
Relevant to the conversation, If Maduro is bad,
It is relevant. Holy crap!
then Donald Trump is worse by a million times.
Is he? Oh.
Including because of what he just did to a leader of a foreign nation.
What? He's worse because he kidnapped a dictator? If anything, that... Listen, I absolutely despise Epstein's former best friend, but that doesn't make him look worse. It's gonna make him seem like he's actually looking out for other people, even though that's not true. Right.
It's not even comparable, It's not even on the same playing field. Do you think this ended with one strike and kidnapping, which are illegal?
Oh man, the chatters in this guy's community, holy crap.
Or it will be indeed another Iraq war? I don't think so. But
It's like he picks the dumbest comments because those are the ones that he can easily Not manipulate. What's the other word?
But we shall see, because it's entirely dependent
But we shall see.
on what the transition looks like. Reuters reports that Venezuelan President Nicolas
Yo. Did you guys see that?
strike and kidnapping, which are illegal, or it will be indeed another Iraq war? I don't know. I don't think so. But we shall see, because it's entirely dependent on what the transition looks like. Reuters reports that Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro was captured in an operation involving U.S. Special Forces, including Delta Force, with assistance from the CIA source inside Maduro's inner circle, and cooperation from members of the Venezuelan military, according to U.S. officials and people briefed on the matter. A source close to Venezuela's opposition described the move as an inside job. Yeah, that's definitely believable. New from the Post. Delta Force units established a pattern of life on Maduro in advance of the operation, mapping out his location and daily moves. According to a person familiar, a CIA covert operations unit identified where he and his wife were staying. The U.S. deployed 2 Army Delta Force units, one from the Middle East and one from North Africa in recent weeks, and those forces established a pattern of life on Maduro in advance of the operation, mapping out his location and daily movements. According to a person familiar with their deployment, Delta Force, known within the clandestine community as Combat Applications Group, is among the Pentagon's most elite units tasked with executing high-stakes and secretive missions, including hostage rescue and kill and capture missions.
What? He needs to point out the obvious because he has no other argument. Now, that's not to say that's a terrible argument. Again, obviously, the U.S. has done some crazy shit. But that's your only argument. It's always his argument. Hold on, look it up.
The Trump administration relied on elite Delta Force and CIA Covert Actions Unit for the operation to seize Nicolas Maduro in a highly secretive snatch and grab mission to force the Venezuelan leader from power. According to multiple people familiar with the deployments, the CIA identified the location where Maduro and his wife were, and Delta Force soldiers sent by President Donald Trump to the Caribbean and conducted the raid. The CIA also provided support to the air, sea, and land operations, according to 2 people familiar with the mission. Those CIA units, among the U.S. government's most secretive, specialize in irregular warfare and other covert action, and have regularly worked with both the Army's Delta Force and SEAL Team 6 over the 2 decades of battling Islamist militants groups in the Middle East, South Asia, and Africa. This doesn't actually give us any more detail into whether or not this is an inside job, but I do think that it's something smells weird about it, considering there is no
Okay. That's your take?
no pushback, you know,
After reading that,
whatsoever.
something smells weird. Is that what he said?
Yeah, a CIA source in Maduro's inner circle helped U.S. forces track his movements in his final days, right up until his capture, according to people familiar with the matter. The people who were briefed on the operation also said members of the Venezuelan military cooperated with the United States to secure Maduro's arrest, but declined to provide details. One person close to Venezuela's opposition, who asked not to be named, described Maduro's removal as an inside job aided by the country's military. Republican U.S. Senator Mike Lee said U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio had told him Maduro would stand trial on criminal charges in the United States.
Where is this? Oh my goodness! Look at all the Twitter. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 Twitter tabs. That's where this guy gets his information. Now, maybe Google's not a whole lot better, but that's where I get it from. But at the very least, it's a lot more nuanced.
And that no further action was anticipated inside of Venezuela.
I've seen what happened. I mean, I watched it literally like I was watching a television show. And if you would have seen the speed, the violence, you know, they say that, the speed, the violence, they use that term. It's it was an amazing thing.
Legal Heritage, thank you for the 20 gifted.
Job that these people did. There's nobody else could have done anything like
20
it.
gifted.
You're at Mar-a-Lago right now. How were you able to watch this?
Well, we watched it from a room.
Seemingly on Twitter, actually. Isn't
That's where this guy gets his information from. Twitter.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, that's right.
What's crazy is that you get all your information, most of your information from Twitter, bro.
Situation Room, photos came out of it, and they just had Twitter tabs open in the background. That's where we're at. Isn't that wonderful? They're just like us. They were straight up looking at OSINT Twitter. Like
well, you shouldn't have a problem with it because you seem to take your research very seriously, since you take yourself very seriously and you get your information from Twitter. There, you shouldn't have a problem with anybody else, even if in the government, getting their information from Twitter, because you seem to take Twitter as a good source of information.
In bed doing the same thing that these assholes were doing. Like they were looking at that classic Arma footage that they play always with like the tracers trying to take out one of the Warthog, and they were like, "Oh my god, I thought they didn't have any air defenses. What's going on?"
That was unbelievable what they did there, and this is something that, gee, I don't know, it's amazing. And to have a few injuries, but no death on our side,
I just randomly found
is
this guy.
really amazing.
Mr. President, critics will say that strong action can risk escalation, but history has shown us that weakness can truly invite chaos. And this military operation clearly sends a message to our adversaries around the world, China, Iran, Russia, that we are no longer the weak administration that we had for 4 years under former President Biden, who tolerated.
Why did you need to like bring up Sleepy Joe for anything?
Narco-terrorism.
Like think about this being a good reason to arrest a foreign leader, like kidnap a foreign leader. Oh, we felt
Any reason is good enough to arrest the dictator. What is this guy talking about? What is this guy's problem? I don't think Hassan, in my opinion, I don't think Hassan is okay, like all there. Like I think there's something, that maybe he should get checked out. I genuinely don't think this guy's okay. Not in a, he should stay in a facility to help him in a way where, he's obsessed with not with attention, but he's obsessed with wanting to be right. This guy's a millionaire. He doesn't need any of this. Why does he do it? For the love of the game, baby. Who knows? Maybe if us regular folk had that much money, maybe it would be bored. Maybe he's bored. Maybe he's bored. Maybe that's why he keeps being a jackass. Because he's just bored. He has nothing better to do. Whoa. Somebody's out here. Fanushkin Raiders.
kind of insecure. Sorry, we felt kind of insecure.
The pot calling the kettle black.
For a little bit when Joe Brandon was in charge, and so we had to flex.
Sometimes I do believe that he's a Mossad agent.
A little bit, you know?
And you had to see this in real time. You had to see this, the professionalism and the bravery, everything about it. And you almost couldn't hold them back. It was like...
Totally what? You haven't done one brave thing in your life besides show your face after you shocked your dog, you animal abuser. I'm not even going to say allegedly. There's evidence. There's video evidence. You won't even go to Gaza. You know who did? That Greta Thunberg girl. I heard someone. Oh, shit. Oh, you're in here.
They wanted to go so badly, and most people would have said, I'll take a pass. I know that Charlie would have wanted to go because Charlie's a very brave person. But I know a lot of other people would have said...
Charlie who? Charlie Cuck?
He had for 4 years under former President Biden, who tolerated narco-terrorism.
Like, think about this being a good reason to arrest a foreign leader, like kidnap a foreign leader. Oh, we felt kind of insecure. Sorry. We felt kind of insecure for a little bit when Joe Brandon was in charge.
No, that's not the thing that they're saying. They're saying, oh, well, we wanted to protect our people from any possible threats. Even though that's not true. But, you know, that's not what they were saying. Hassan.
Charge, and so
you're just kind of you're kind of like how do you say when you put something somewhere? not positioning, but when you you're inserting yourself. Hassan.
We had to we had to flex a little bit, you know.
And you had to see this in real time. You had to see this, the professionalism and the bravery, everything about it. And you almost couldn't hold them back. It was like they wanted to go so badly. And most people would have said, I'll take a pass. I know that Charlie would have wanted to go because Charlie's a very brave person. But I know a lot of other people would have said, I think I'll pass on this one. Let's watch it on television.
Trump was repeatedly lying here, probably for psychological effect. The Russia story was fake too. VP Rodriguez is speaking now, and she keeps referring to Maduro as the president. She's demanding the immediate release of Maduro and Celia Flores. Rodriguez mentions that Maduro left instructions that if anything happened to him, the people should take to the streets, and all the popular power should be activated in their places to defend the national independence and sovereignty, which was savagely attacked today.
What? Hold on. Okay, Maduro left instructions that... So Maduro knew that he was about a... Listen, conspiracy time, okay? I am a conspiracy... I don't even like calling them conspiracies. Evident truths to be proven. Time. I think Maduro knew. It's all part of the plan, baby. They're not even playing 4D chess. They're playing checkers, but like on a 5D plane of existence where we don't even understand what's going on. Because it's obvious. That's why I'm saying checkers. But we can't do anything about it. Because we're just us. And we are powerless. We have a bunch of power, but we just don't realize it. Anyways.
Yeah. The VP situation is confusing to me. I don't really understand it. General Kane is talking about how amazing the operation was. I'm mostly tuning it out because he does mention that he used over 150 aircraft for the kidnapping operation. Kane, there were multiple self-defense engagements during the withdrawal from Caracas. Incredible way of rephrasing this attack on a sovereign country.
What is this guy? Barry with the Ned. With the check mark. Remember when we were making fun of people with the check marks because they're buying it? You know, they're paying to feel cool.
Yeah, they put themselves, our soldiers tactically put themselves in a connect.
But I mean, we all know why people have check marks. It's because of the corn, right? I mean, I don't have it, and sometimes I'll see something like not safe for work, and I'll be like, whoa, no way. And that's the only explanation I'm going to give for that. And then I'll go in there. When I used to have, I don't have Twitter anymore because I was banned. Like, my account got absolutely banned, like obliterated. Because, well, I used to say a lot of, I would say a lot of mean stuff. So, I was like one of those keyboard warrior nerds. And anyways, when I would go to click to like a link or something that, you know, not safe for work, and it wouldn't show it to me. And then I figured out it's because I don't have the check mark. I don't have certain permissions, certain what do you call it when you're like you have something that someone else doesn't have? Shit. Circuitry, okay. Oh my god, it's at the tip of my tongue. What's the word for when you have something? No, not when you have something. When you are able to have certain It's right there. It's right there. Privilege. I knew it was something with a P. Privilege.
Engagement in a
Right. Okay. Right. To the check mark. So if you have a check mark, you have certain privileges. Privileges.
self-defense style situation.
And that's why this guy has that. There's no other need. Why else? Why would you buy that if it's not safe for work content? Come on. Don't fool
On
yourselves.
foreign soil in a nation's capital. Self-defense? The do you mean self-defense? You kidnapped the leader of a foreign nation. What are you talking about? Self-defense. Trump, we are going to get the oil flowing the way it should be. We're going to rebuild the oil infrastructure. It's going to be paid by the oil companies, and they will be reimbursed for what they're doing. Again,
None of what Trump says actually makes any sense, but a lot of people eat it up because it sounds so extravagant. And it sounds hopeful. In a weird, like, messed up way, it sounds hopeful. Because, you know, like, the left and the Dems, they're always, like, watching out because they don't want to offend anybody. But because, it's refreshing in I wish it didn't have to be this way kind of way. People are like, oh, finally, something that we're not used to. That's the only reason why people like Trump, is because it's like a breath of fresh air that they don't have to watch out for what they're saying. If Trump, maybe not at this point, but if Trump showed any type of like censorship, like he wanted to like censor people in some type of way before he became so powerful, then he wouldn't have been as popular as he is right now.
Openly admitting it. Trump, we are not afraid of boots on the ground if we have to. We had boots on the ground last night. We had to make sure this country is run properly. We're there now.
What country?
Now, we're ready to go again if we have to. We are going to run the country right. Trump on Gustavo Petro, he's making cocaine and they're sending it to the United States. He has to watch his ass. Trump, we are going to be selling large amounts of Venezuelan oil to other countries. You can't stop talking about how they're...
And again, at the very least, he's being straight up.
Straight up taking over Venezuela. Trump keeps claiming that Delcy Rodriguez was sworn in as president of Venezuela and that she's in contact with Rubio. Haven't seen...
Well, hold on, what does that mean? Trump keeps claiming she was the vice president, right? She was automatically... You see, these people don't even know what they're talking about. I don't even know what I'm talking about. And I know what I'm talking about better than what these people are talking about. Right? That's what I looked up. Okay.
This reported yet. Trump, Cuba is going to be something that we are going to end up talking about. Cuba is a failing nation. Rubio steps up. Cuba is a disaster. If I lived in
we're going after Cuba now.
Havana, I'd be concerned. And the press conference was concluded. It's pretty crazy because it's basically everything we said, like everything I've been saying in the build up to this incident about like what the real reasons are as to why the administration.
But it's not something that you figured out, lil bro. It's something that they said. It's something that they put on the table. Listen, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying you're not like this voice of reason that figures shit out.
Is doing this. It's kind of an interesting predicament because back in the day, I had to duke it out with liberals a lot when I would be like, Venezuela is not about democracy. Venezuela, if I were to say like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this kind of situation is not about democracy. It's about, stealing the resources, specifically oil, but gold as well. Like all this liberals would argue seriously about how like, no, you're wrong. It's not about that. It's actually about democracy, all this stuff. And what's crazy is nowadays it's just the Trump administration is openly stating it, openly saying like, nope, we're doing it specifically for oil. They're just giving the game away. We're doing regime change for oil. We're doing regime change for oil. They say it over and over again. And yet seemingly there are still pliant people or people that are manipulating themselves.
The reason why I'm going off on this shit is because it's important to know that these people are insane and they seek to infect their thoughts and the way they process information to other people that don't deserve that.
Elves, I guess, that want to believe in an alternative goal here, an alternative ambition here. that still make it seem as though there is a separate reason for why this is happening, and that reason, as a matter of fact, is not oil, it's just democracy. Yeah, there's also this from Wall Street Journal. Wall Street is already at the ready post Nicolas Maduro capture by the U.S. forces. About 20 business leaders, including those from some of the top hedge funds and asset managers, are preparing to go on a March trip to Venezuela to look at investment opportunities there, including energy and infrastructure. Awesome. It's like they're just giving it out for free. It's such a strange world to live in, where for years and years, people like myself, anti-imperialists with my worldview, with my position, had to go through this weird song and dance where we had to like literally explain to people like, guys, they're lying to you when they try to create a just cause for why they're doing this sort of engagement. They're lying to you. The real goal is plunder. The real goal is plunder. What? Hassan, you are 10 million% right, but I don't think it makes your takes any less right to listen to Venezuelans for a second. I am talking not about the best interest of Venezuelans. I'm talking about American intervention, okay? If you want to have a conversation about that, you can go somewhere else. I'm an American citizen. It's my tax dollars. I'm selfish. I'm an American patriot.
What?
How about...
You're gonna... Oh, this guy, dude. Schrodinger's Turk. Hassan Piker is Schrodinger's Turk. For context, what is Schrodinger's cat? Schrodinger's cat is a famous quantum mechanics thought experiment devised by Erwin Schrödinger to illustrate the concept of superposition. Oh crap! Hold on, let me just. Where? Okay. What was I saying? I couldn't even see that one. I took care of it. Superposition, where a cat in a sealed box linked to a random atomic... Hold on. I didn't mean to do that. Linked to a random atomic event is considered both alive and dead simultaneously until observed, highlighting the bizarre contrast between quantum and macroscopic reality and questioning the role of observation. Sorry, it's because I'm trying to look at both things at the same time. It wasn't a real experiment, but in a way to critique quantum theory's implications, showing how a quantum state like decayed or not decayed atom could lead to absurd... Okay, anyways, the thing about this... Oh, crap. Is, the point of this, was, the simultaneousness of it. Listen, in my head it makes a lot more sense. He switches. Bro is Turkish when it's convenient for him. Bro is patriotic to the U.S. when it's convenient to him. He is white when it's convenient. He is not white when it's convenient. He switches from whatever suits him best at the moment. And it's incredibly silly.
About that for standpoint theory. Ain't nobody gives a about the Venezuelans. This is my point. Donald Trump.
Oh, right. Well, okay, so there, yes, Trump is Trump. Hassan is right.
Is not sitting around talking about how he's liberating Venezuelans. He's literally saying he's liberating the wallets, the government of Venezuela's coffers from the burden of having to do the resource extraction and actually sell it on their own. Shut the up! It's so crazy, bro. You got motherfuckers doing propaganda for the administration when the administration is not doing the propaganda. Every day, Donald Trump literally goes, every Venezuelan on U.S. soil is a rapist, drug seller, a drug salesman, Okay, the CEO of doing rape and drugs. We must deport every Venezuelan expat. Every Venezuelan refugee on American soil is a rapist, drug dealing, baby decapitating monster that will inevitably find their way into CCOT. He goes on Fox, and that's what he says on the phone every morning. And then he turns around and says, also, I am going to rape the land of Venezuela. I'm going to pillage it. I'm going to rape and pillage. I'm going to rape and pillage. I love the oil. I want to shove the oil up my ass. I can't live without the heavy crude of Venezuela. It's beautiful oil, and it's mine now. And there are still morons in the chat being like, excuse me, can you take a deep breath and cover the perspective of Venezuelans who are delivering a deep sigh of relief? I don't care, and neither does Trump. Nobody cares. Shut the.
That is the most honest Hassan has been so far, because yes, he in fact doesn't care about Venezuelans. He's only pretending to care about Venezuelans because it's going against the U.S. Because anything that goes against the U.S., Hassan is for. He's not a patriotic person to America. He is the exact opposite, as a matter of fact. Because he's only shown exactly that. He doesn't actually care about anything that he talks about, like the substance of the issues he talks about. This guy's just starved for attention for some reason.
Up.
Or
God,
Mossad
what is this
agent.
argument, dude? It's so stupid. It's the same with Iraq. It's the same with Libya. It's the same with Syria.
Yes,
it's
no
the
one's
same
saying that it's
over
not.
and over again. This time it'll be different. Why don't you listen to the people that are saying they're doing a deep sigh of relief? Why don't you listen to the people that actually love what Donald Trump did? I'm sorry. I don't give a f***, okay? I don't care.
And this guy's saying this like if Venezuelans now love Trump and love the U.S., I don't even think, again, I'm chronically online, I don't even think I've seen that once. I don't think I've seen that from anyone talking about it. I don't think Venezuelans are out there being like, oh, we now love the U.S. and thank you, Trump, for what you did. I'm pretty sure they're just happy they are no longer, for the time being, under a dictator. Okay? Listen. If right now, okay, maybe this is not a good example. Whatever. If Kim Jong-un came and, let's say, did something similar, what is this? I'd be like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, okay, hopefully we get someone better, and he helps us get someone better in here that will handle things a lot better. Hopefully not a Dem. Hopefully not a Republican. Just someone right in the middle that cares about everybody. This is why I hate people. I don't hate people. I don't hate anybody enough. I don't care about random people enough to hate them. But I hate when people like say that centrism is so silly and dumb. It's like, what are you talking about? That just means we want to put both sides into consideration, and we don't just lean over to either side. I feel like that's, I don't know. I feel like centrism makes sense a lot more than each far side. It's like, okay, bro, I'm sorry, I don't want to be part of your shitty team. Oh my goodness, this is about to turn off. Oh my goodness, it's a Rocketeer. And I don't have my trusty hole cracker on me. Okay, we're just going to wait this one out. Get in here, beautiful. Okay.
I don't care what your perspective is. If you're going to tell me that, like, this time, the narcissistic pedophile that is trying to extract as many super profits for his pedophilic elite is actually doing a good thing in this circumstance.
Well, objectively, as much as it pains me to give credit, yes, objectively, sorry, this thing picks up everything, I just hit it. Stop. Objectively, yeah, it's kind of a good thing, even if the reasons why they're not exactly good because of the oil, because we are greedy sons of bitches. Objectively, it's a good thing for them at the moment. Venezuelans are like, okay, a how do you say glitter or glimmer or a something of hope? A glimmer of hope. Okay. At the moment, there's no dictator. We got the vice. We got the right-hand woman of the dictator, but you know, the U.S. they scared her, and so hopefully she's gonna be good to us. Like, there's people out there suffering, Hassan. You don't know because you are so privileged. You don't have to worry about anything. You just gotta, well, you feel like you have to pretend to care about stuff. Look, they're sending them my way. They weren't coming this way. No, all you gotta do is sit in your fancy, expensive chair and pretend like you actually care about this. When in reality, you're just doing it for what? For attention. Why? Who knows? Is it because your mom and dad are so rich they didn't actually pay attention to you? Is that why, Hassan? Do you got mommy and daddy issues, Hassan? Is that why you go to German brothels where allegedly there was women and young girls, minors, being trafficked? Is that why, Hassan? Because you got some unresolved mommy issues? You freak! This isn't even, I'm not even making anything up. He literally admitted to this on video, to going to German brothels. And when people got in and investigated it, they were like, wait a minute, these German brothels? And they were like, oh yeah, these are it. Well, Hassan was going to some German brothels where there were women and young women being trafficked. Do I need the headphones? I mean, I can craft the compensator, so whatever.
Even though all the previous
Yeah, this guy's not a good person, like, at all.
narcissistic pedophiles that were doing the exact same, we're actually doing it in the wrong way, but this time it's actually good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna treat you like the moron that you actually are. What the f*** are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? And I know there's gonna be hella clips off of this. Oh my god, there's gonna be so many motherfuckers who are like, excuse me, I know that America obviously wants to destabilize an entire region as it has done historically under the Monroe Doctrine that they're relitigating at this very moment. But have you considered what my personal perspective is? I didn't like Maduro, and it's actually awesome that it will be an American puppet. It'll be awesome that it's an American puppet that actually leads the country inevitably that will rape and pillage the land. It's gonna be good.
You see what happens when you are not aggressive to other raiders? You get matched with other raiders that are not aggressive, okay? If you're playing this game, hey, just before, I do care about people. I know I'm playing a game and it looks like I don't actually care. I do, deeply. If you saw the amount of stuff I share and I comment on and I defend people online and the stuff I cry about, you would believe me. I'm not saying I'm better than Hassan, but I am.
Meanwhile, Trump is not even saying that. That's the funniest part. Trump is not even, he literally just keeps saying, I'm doing this for oil. I'm doing this.
Yes. So what's the issue? There's an issue, obviously, but what's the issue with you trying to moral grandstand to your viewers? Like, just do it, bro, but just stop pretending like you're this enlightened voice of reason.
For plunder. I'm doing this for plunder and oil. I'm doing this for oil and nothing but oil. Oil. And still there's motherfuckers in the chat being like, well, hold on. The question I have is this. Why are you doing propaganda for Donald Trump in a way where he's not even doing propaganda? Like, it makes no sense. Because you're arguing a position that the Trump administration is not even taking. Like, they dropped it. They didn't even felt the need to even say those words, and you're still like, nope.
As everyone knows, the oil business in Venezuela has been a bust, a total bust, for a long period of time. They were pumping almost nothing by comparison to what they could have been pumping and what could have taken place.
I just know
we're going
Trump
to
has
have
a
our
very
large United States oil companies, the biggest anywhere in the world, go in, spend billions of dollars, fix the badly broken infrastructure.
It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you are even in any way, shape, or form, remotely like a liberal.
But I am not a couch streamer. where I just leave and play stuff, okay? Ugh. Just admire my bunch of matriarch reactors and queen reactors that I was able to... some of the clips I've gone when I wasn't live for these past 2 weeks where I was on vacation. Man, those were some good clips. All right. Please don't leave. I need you. Oh, baby, I need you now. You know what? Crazy idea. I'm gonna go all night. That's something. No, I'm not gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna go get my drugs. They're not actual drugs. They're just Tic Tacs. I love Tic Tacs. So that way I can go on for a little while longer because I'm enjoying this. I love talking to myself. Also, if you're wondering, the hat, yes, you are right. I'm not like ashamed of it, but it's one of my deep insecurities. So I'm not. You guys want to see my rug? Hold on. Pretty cool rug, huh? But yeah. My shit started falling off when I turned 21. So, you'll excuse me if I want to hide my shame from you fine people. Or whoever's watching.
Person or invested in like human rights or whatever. Why in the ever-loving would you be like, yeah, this psychopath is actually doing this for this? I'm going to imagine an alternative reality where this psychopath is openly stating what his desires are, but I'm going to assume he's actually doing this to liberate me. Right after he called me a rape.
No one is saying that. No one is saying that, Hassan. Nobody is saying that. I don't know. I doubt with my whole heart that any Venezuelan is actually saying that. I don't think Venezuelans have just magically fallen in love with Trump and the U.S. I feel like people know what the U.S. is about and what Trump is about. I don't know, man. I feel like people know. This is the problem. This is one of the many problems I have with Hassan. He thinks everybody else is just dumb. He genuinely, I think, genuinely believes that everybody else is just dumb. And just falls for anything. But not him. Not him. He knows. He knows better.
This drug dealer who needs to be sent to a slave labor colony in El Salvador. Like, at that point, if you still can't understand that this isn't for you, okay, then I guess, you know, have fun in CCOT, all right? Like, what do you want me to say? I'll still fight to make sure you don't go there. I'll be on the
What fights, bro? What fights? You're not fighting anything. 3153. Part was when he said he'll continue to fight. So people don't end up imprisoned. Wait, at 3152? to go to Gaza and help unlike a real fighter like Greta. Okay, that was a whole lot of silence. What was I doing?
Streets, but good luck, I guess.
Good
Chuck
luck with
Schumer
what?
finally gets
Nobody
around
needs
to
your help.
commenting on Venezuela, saying the administration has assured me 3 separate times that it was not pursuing regime change or taking military action in Venezuela. Oh no, not Chuck. You fell for it again. Oh, come on. And for the record, if you believe that Chuck is being sincere here when he says, "Oh shucks, I got duped again," you are the bigger dupe. He loves this. Straight up, he loves it. Today, Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer released the following statement after President Trump launched military action against Venezuela without congressional authorization in his announcement that he plans for the U.S. to run Venezuela. Let me be clear, Nicolas Maduro is an illegitimate dictator, but launching military action without congressional authorization and without a credible plan for what comes next is reckless. He's like, bro, why won't you let me in on it? I want a piece. He's like, come on. I just wanted a piece of the action and you wouldn't even let me in on it. The administration has assured me 3 separate times that it was not pursuing regime change or taking military action in Venezuela. Clearly, they are not being straight with Americans. He's mad that he couldn't put a Kalshi bed in. He's like, why won't the administration tell me ahead of time that they're going to do this stuff? I was going to put a poly market bed in, and it's really fucked up that you didn't do that. The idea that Trump plans to now run Venezuela should strike fear in the hearts of all Americans. The American people have seen this before and paid the devastating price. Yeah, we were the ones who suffered from our endless occupation of Iraq. I mean, it's true, we did, but like also at the same time, I feel like there was some other people suffering there too, but who knows, you know, what do I know?
You don't know anything. Actually, you know what? You know as much as I do. So that's speaking real.
Do I know? Also, Chuck Schumer supported the Iraq War, didn't he? And he's kind of supporting Venezuela too. So what are we talking about? Hey, last time I supported this exact same thing that's going on, but in the Middle East, that was really bad. And this time, it's also not very good, but I'm still kind of supporting it. The administration must brief Congress immediately on its objectives and its plan to prevent a humanitarian and geopolitical disaster that plunges us into another endless war, or one that trades one corrupt dictator for another. To distract from skyrocketing costs Americans face in the historic cover-up of the Epstein files, Donald Trump is attempting to throw Americans into more international chaos and uncertainty. We're so collectively desensitized to the U.S. empire that we're not even registering the absurdity. The U.S., a country where guns are sold at Walmart, has just kidnapped the president of a sovereign nation and head of army to charge him with
selling guns at Walmart? You get everything at Walmart, almost everything at Walmart. What's so crazy about getting guns at Walmart?
possession of machine guns with the intent to distribute to a fake cartel that doesn't exist, that we invented whole cloth.
That doesn't exist.
Like, that's how you know the enshittification has already completely calcified in the American administrations, because the Cartel de la Roses thing, or Cartel of the Suns, was one of those attempts in, like, I think, like the early 2000s that they just shelved, right? Because sometimes the American State Department will, like, come up with fake reasons whenever they want to justify intervention. Yeah, Cartel de los Soles, not Roses. My bad.
Well, okay, so you're complaining about the U.S. making up reasons? They set the reasons for everybody to see. I mean, they laid everything out. I'm not saying you shouldn't argue, you shouldn't screech about it, but I mean, at least be honest about it. Yeah.
Was like a fake justification, which doesn't even f***ing exist. A Spanish law professor and author spent several years trying to track down evidence of Cartel de los Soles existence and its connection to the Venezuelan government. This was his conclusion in 2020. The Trump administration, the DEA, the Department of Justice, and the intelligence services are the architects of the myth of the Cartel of the Suns. In fact, they are the main and only source that feeds this myth by leaking information from anonymous sources without verification. At the same time, they are the main actor of political destabilization of Venezuela with their unrestricted support of the self-proclaimed interim president and encouraging all kinds of adventurers, including terrorist invasions. If the unfolding events is not stopped, it could lead to devastating consequences for the region. Let's hope that this piece accomplishes the generation of a serious debate about the non-existent existence of the Cartel of the Suns, and that the organizations, media institutions, and people directly identified in this study as biased and not very rigorous will respond, offering arguments and evidence that prove them right, and that I, in the best case scenario, am wrong, or in the worst, am a mental moron. However, I have a sense that the aforementioned will respond, as always, with silence, hiding in the fact that they possess the hegemonic media and therefore have dominion over the truth, which exempts them from giving any kind of reason to my allegations. In fact, replying to me would mean exposing themselves, and that would blur the halo of truth in which they disguise themselves, and which is nothing more than an outright lie. This is the American version of, or the previous relitigation of the WMDs, but not even like they didn't even go as hard defending this bullshit this time around. Yeah, now is a good time to remember that the Cartel de los Soles doesn't exist, and it isn't even being determined by the U.S.
Hold on. Does it not exist, or is he just making shit up again? Like always. Now, it doesn't exist, and is it that surprising that they're just making shit up? Okay, well, so then but it's real. It's a bunch of bad people doing bad things, and they're real. And it's not a traditional single cartel, but it's labeled as such for. Okay, it's like a network. It's not traditional. It's not like a regular cartel, but it's still a group of people doing the same
government's
shit.
own assessment that Maduro has nothing to do with Trendaragua.
So this is where Hassan gets his shit from. A random guy on Twitter. The reason I'm commenting this shit is because I need to show him how easy it is to just look up stuff.
The charges are bullshit, and that's why they had to add machine gun conspiracy charges. It's pretty crazy. Okay. Here's Graham Plattner's statement from Maduro's kidnapping. The government of the United States of America has illegally invaded a foreign country and kidnapped its leader. This is what happened in Venezuela today. This is not foreign policy. It's international gangsterism. There are going to be a lot of people on, frankly, both sides of the aisle trying to convince...
Hey, old school gangsters. Kind of cool. Kind of based. Let's... I wish I had all my memes in my laptop. Okay, I'm gonna call it pretty good session. Yap session. Hopefully my viewers liked it.
That this was somehow justified.